All right, welcome to the first live recorded Tales from Terra, or Tales of Terra, or Terra Tales. I haven't decided yet. Um, Pardon where my eyes are looking. This is the first time we've had cams, so I have a tendency, I'm sure, to either I'm going to look into the camera, I'm going to look at where I am on the screen, I'm going to look where Lex is on the screen. Anyway, we're going to do a little one-shot today, just a little bit of fun, no set classes, no character sheets, just a couple little ideas. We are going to base this in the country of Nier, which is one of the countries in Terra, kind of a northern expanse of wilderness, very dangerous, very few cities. It is also the location of the famed Hunters Guild. I am Ark, or Jason. It is a pleasure to formally meet you. With me, as usual, is Lex.
Yep.
We have George.
Howdy.
And joining us for this special one-shot is Kelpie. I don't know if you have a name you prefer for this purpose, but
Kelpie works.
Perfect. So we are all members of the BA Gaming channel Discord. You know most of us from various games, Terra, Realms, whatever else. You are all welcome to join us on our Discord. Check out our Twitter. I'm at Hunters of Nier. We also have at BA Gaming or at BA Solus, I believe. So if you happen to be watching this and don't know who we are, come check us out. I'm going to just take a brief moment to let each of the players tonight kind of talk about their character. All I asked them to do was prepare a name, a race, just so we know the difference between a dwarf and a human, and a kind of a general character idea, and we'll go from there. And take it away, Lex.
I'm going to play a roguish gnome called Zinti, and she's looking for a family heirloom that was stolen. He doesn't know exactly what it is, because he was quite young when it was taken, but she has some vague notes about it, so off she went. Yeah? Yeah, you're still here, don't worry about it. I was done. No, I can't hear you.
I can hear you here.
So that's the problem with using a new program. I use the old program mute methods, which does not work. Sorry, Kelpie, would you like to tell us about your character?
Yeah, so I'm going with the one that I had the last time we played, which was Bassa, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Which is basically just like an orc mercenary.
Does she have like a fight? She? I wasn't sure if
Yeah.
Bassa was okay. Does Bassa have like a particular fighting style? I believe she wields a claymore.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh,
Just
yeah.
cut everything up.
Nice. Lex, did you mention what kind of weaponry Zinthi uses?
I was hoping for either a hand crossbow and say a sword short.
Perfect. All right,
Excellent.
George, what you bringing to the party?
Well, I'm going to be playing a human ranger type, which I didn't know what animal I could choose.
Anything. I mean, reasonably.
Okay, well, I would prefer a giant owl.
Perfect.
Oh, nice.
Okay, and I will also be playing a woman, Adeline Ames. She is looking for her husband's killer.
Adeline
Oh, I like
Ames.
it.
Yes.
Perfect.
I like that man.
Ranger.
Thanks.
Does your owl have a name?
Oh, I did not come up with one.
Whoops. Sorry.
Let's-
Now you guys know how it feels. You can think about it.
I'll come up with one. But Lex, what was your character's name?
Zinti.
Zinti.
Z-I-N-T. And the Y thingy.
The Y thingy or a Y?
The
The Y? Yeah.
Zinti.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm always confused because in Dutch it's an Y, I believe it's called.
That's not a word.
None of the Dutch words are real words to
These
you.
are all made up. All words are made up. It's fine.
Oh, and Adeline will be a bowmaster.
Okay, so mainly bow. Okay.
Yep.
Dennis, I was wanted to use a hand crossbow or a crossbow. I don't remember.
You just said hand crossbow now, but you can have whatever you want.
No, hand crossbow is what I want, but
Okay.
short memory. Very, very short.
The who's it what?
What?
Fine. All right. Welcome. You find yourselves in the guild hall, a massive, massive room of beautiful stone pillars soaring up 60 feet into the air. A lattice work of wooden beams encapsulate gorgeous chandeliers of antlers and raw metals. Just a work of art, this space is. However, the crowd in here, as per normal, is a little bit rowdy. Because it is a night at the Hunter's Hall. You've all spent the week on various missions, whatever the scale of them happen to be, whether you're out fighting monsters or recovering artifacts, whatever it happens to be. You are now in the tavern, drinking, eating, and essentially enjoying the spoils of your work time. The hall is lively. There's no fewer than 100 of your fellow hunters of various levels. Most of the hunters in here are tier 1, those who have pretty much just joined and don't take on missions that are much harder than going and fighting wolves, reclaiming pelts. Occasionally they might go after a big bear or a dire animal in a group, especially for materials and whatnot. These are the hunters who are generally relying on the town to help them put together their kit. So these hunters are buying their swords off the rack. They're buying the items made by other hunters, and essentially just kind of grinding their way up through. That's the bulk of who's in here. There's also the tier 2.
Sorry.
Good, you're good.
I was going to ask, are we tier 1?
You are not. There's also the tier 2 hunters. Tier 2 hunters are those who have proven themselves in combat and in the hunt a little bit. They have a little bit more skill with tracking and whatnot. They're going to be taking on the dire animals, possibly in groups of only 2 or 3 rather than a real hunting party. Some might even be able to handle a nice hunt like that on their own. These are the hunters who have started to take what they earn out on the hunt and turn it into their own armor, weapons, and that sort of thing. There's a good number of them in here as well. It's mostly split about, probably about 50-50 between tier 1 and tier 2, but not quite, because there's also tier 3 hunters in here. Tier 3 hunters are those who have passed the challenges of the guildmasters to prove that they are qualified to go out on their own. Anyone who's ever played in a Hunters of Nier game, you were a tier 3 hunter. Now, some of you have a better track record of killing your teammates, or getting your teammates killed, Kelpie. But, looking at you, Cody. Looking at you. But, sorry. You are tier 3 hunters. You have gear mostly handmade by you. You are the... Yeah, right. This is my quilt. It protects me. Mostly non-enchanted. Tier 3 is where you would start to be able to get into figuring out that next stage. Think about it as kind of like you have nice weapons in D&D, but they're not magic, or they're magic but they're not +1, or they're just about to be +1 but they don't add the 2d6 fire damage on top of it. That's for tier 4 hunters. But you're close, and you have your dreams. A tier 3 hunter will go after dangerous foes, from the cockatrice to soloing a dire wolf, possibly going after dire wolves who have a pack of wolves with them. These are the kind of hunters that could throw out a D&D style fireball and take care of a crowd of monsters.
Oh boy.
You're in here looking for a little bit of, not so much peace and quiet, but you're relaxing from a hard week. So when a scuffle breaks out amongst the tier 1 and tier 2 hunters, you're probably a little annoyed. But in the back of your mind, there's also that part of you that may want to join in. Really teach these kids how to bar fight. It is at this moment that a large pie soars across the room, as if thrown by some strong hunter. It crashes into the back of Roland, the tier 3 spearmaster. He is unpleased. He grabs the nearest hunter to him and hurls him across the table.
The entire hunter?
Yes. The brawl consumes the room. What do you do?
I'm gonna punch the person closest to me.
Just the closest person to you.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll return to that in a moment. Zinthi. What does Zinthi do?
Take a step back from the person next to me.
Adeline?
Slink back into a shadow with an extra ale.
Just owl and ale. Alright. Bussa, if you would please roll a d20.
Cool. I got 14.
14. Okay.
Yeah.
Bussa is also a strong and powerful orc. So even unarmed, I'm going to say that she adds a +6. Sorry. Now there's a camera. Now I have to be careful what I'm sure. A +6 to her unarmed attacks.
Cool.
You clock this human man standing next to you. You didn't recognize him. He just happened to be drinking at the same table as you. Just a strapping Northman, probably from the 12 tribes to the east, or the west, I'm sorry. Camera flips it for me as well. I only drew the map and invented this world 20 years ago. I should know better. I'll get there eventually.
Well, now he only remembers 11 tribes.
I do have a list somewhere, I just don't know where it is. The man collapses next to you, just holding onto his head. He's probably not getting up for a little while. The fight consumes the bar. Zinthi, you are in a precarious position because a lot of ale has started to spill around you, cascading amongst your gnome space.
Oh no.
So
What a waste.
you have, I guess, 2 options, really. 1, get out of the way. 2, lie on your back and drink. Just the waterfall of pleasure. Which sounds way worse out loud.
You make a persuasive argument. I'm going to go for the lie down option, but I want to try and keep most of my body under
Under the table.
under the floor.
But
I was going to go for the table, but yeah, just let it
Okay.
go.
Zinthi gets shit-faced.
I
On
feel like I
Um,
got the best here.
Adeline, you retreat to a corner and just watch, drinking your extra beer. Every once in a while, as an ale kind of comes within reach, grab it, take it. Bussa, you throw back an ale every once in a while, but you're mostly going from table to table, grabbing someone, tossing them. Everyone, you see a pie, take a bite of it. It's a nice eel pie, but hey, why eat this when you could throw it? The fight consumes the next hour or so. The next day is a little bit rough. Zinthi, you have a little bit of a hangover. Bussa, you're a little bit sore and bruised. Slight hangover, but you would have liked more ale, but most of it was damaged in the fight. Adeline, up to you whether you drank enough to get a hangover, or if you kind of monitored your pace a little bit more.
No. Full-on alcoholic.
Okay. The owl is just on its back.
Shit face.
Just hiccuping. Yeah. No. We here at Bog Gaming do not condone getting animals drunk. We think it's hilarious. But unfortunately, everyone present last night has been handed a bar bill. That means work is needed. So, Tier 3 hunters, you have a couple options to try to get back some of the gold you're going to need to pay for this. And you might as well make a day of it. Make some real money. You all approach the bounty board and see that, okay, a couple things have been picked clean. You see each other, so there's an orc, a gnome, and a human woman with an owl all sitting at the board, kind of size each other up. You all recognize each other from last night. You've probably seen each other around the guild hall a few times. You see that there are 2 bills posted that haven't been taken yet. Both are suggested for hunting parties. At tier
Wait.
Go ahead.
Bills or bounties?
Like a bounty bill.
Oh,
So like a billet. So like
okay.
short for sorry. Both are suggesting hunting parties, which usually at tier 3 means that it's a good idea to take more than one person with you. One is because of all the lost ale. Cockatrice feathers are needed. This is a key ingredient in one of the local brews. So that's the first bounty that is takeable. The second bounty is simply for the pelts of an Arctic wolf. Or the pelt of an Arctic wolf. Go wolves. Thank you, Lex. So that would be traveling to kind of the frigid northern part of Nier to attempt to get this pelt. And that would mainly just be worth material cost, as opposed to being specifically for an ingredient for this ale.
Yeah, but do we want to fight a cockatrice?
Probably multiple.
That's even worse.
Many cockatrices.
Who mattered he?
Oh, it's not good now.
Oh,
They
seems like something I'd chase.
can kill you with like just a single rooster cacaw or whatever sound roosters make. Bergok?
Oh,
I don't know what it's called. A roar? Let's go with that.
I'm voting for the wolves.
We
I'm gonna
we
take.
we got 4 hours. That's our green flame now. We have 4 hours. We're gonna do both of these, but
Oh, both.
we don't have to. No, you can do one or the other. The other will probably be taken by another group of hunters.
Well, not if we take both of them off the board.
Bloop. They are in different directions, if that helps you at all. One is more west towards like the swampy area, and then one is north towards the northy area.
Wait, so the cockatrice is also in the swamp?
It's
Yeah.
like swampish.
2 votes for the wolves.
Can you get that? Be glad we didn't play the other game, because that would have been batshit crazy.
Yeah. What do you guys want to do?
I'm just gonna take like the wolf thing from the board and then grab you two and be like, come with, and like sort of drag you with me.
Does anyone resist?
Nah.
I'm not.
Okay.
Not that I can. I mean, what am I going to do?
This guy's right the scruff the neck.
Yeah. But I'm not even touching the ground.
I'm so excited that my pantomimes are finally visible. Because I pantomime the shit out of every game, and you guys never see it. All right. So presumably you guys went to the board after finding out that you had these massive bills to pay. So it was just indiscriminate ticketing of bills, like regardless of what you did or didn't do. If you were there, you got in trouble with the guildmasters. So now it's time to go kit up. So presumably you make plans to go meet each other out in front of the guild hall. So when you show up, I'm going to request that you each kind of give a bit more of a description of your character in their kit, but also if this is where you want to describe like muscles or any other descriptions that you haven't gotten to yet. This is where to do it. So we're just going to go back in the order. This is the order that I have you in on my screen. So Lex, then Kelpie, then George. So Lex.
Zinti is small for a gnome, which is quite impressive. Yeah. She has this nice dark cloak that she's wearing with the hood and all that. She's really buying into this roguish thing. Leather armor with some bandoliers with pockets and all that. She has the short sword. God, I hate that word. Strapped to her back because she's small, so
it's like a two-hander for her.
Yeah.
Feel free to use the Dutch words for things, or German, or whatever else, and we'll just teach our viewers something.
I don't know the Dutch word for that. I can literally translate it.
That's fair.
But
sharp object.
Kortzwaard. Yeah. He has the hand crossbow strapped to her side, and she's feeling it. She's pretty long ears that make the hood a bit stand out, but whatever.
Sorry, that's harder to do when on camera. Kelpie.
Then why do you mute? You don't have to mute.
I guess I don't have to. I guess we might as well just get in the habit of. This is a discussion to have with the whole group as well. But we should be a little bit more careful about what we talk about now that we can't edit it as cleanly. Kelpie.
So imagine like a bigger than normal big female orc with like just a lot of muscle. And not necessarily like full plate heavy armor, but more like sort of medium chainmail type thing.
Okay.
With just this giant sword that would probably be about the size of a normal person.
Okay. Go ahead
Nice.
and write down AC 16 for your character.
I'm sorry, you all cut out vocally. The audio cut out.
Oh.
What'd you say?
Well, she was describing her character.
Okay.
So chainmail and big muscly orc claymore, and I told her to go ahead and just take AC 16 for the chainmail. So this is how I sometimes play these one shots like this, or I just kind of hand out stats as we go. If there's something you have a question about specifically, especially George, I know you know a little bit more about some of the inner workings and your.
You're cutting out.
That's not good.
I know. Don't move. You can talk, but just don't move.
I think you don't
Relax.
understand how talking works. This hurts a lot. Okay. George, if there's you have a lot more experience with D&D and all that. if there's something specific that you're kind of looking for, like, oh, how would my character do this, we can obviously just ask and discuss. But typically, just so we can kind of go into it, because these characters maybe will get used again. It's more about just enjoy, roll some dice, rather than D&D.
Okay. That's totally fine.
We just happen to be recording because we wanted to test it, and might as well put some content out for you lovely viewers. George, if you would like to describe Adeline, please.
Okay, so she's about 5'5", a slight build with a scar down the left side of her face. She wears probably patchwork leather armor, and I don't know. I guess that's about it.
That's fine.
Maybe.
You can,
Okay.
As we go along, if you decide, oh, she's got platinum hair, maybe that comes up.
No.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, like any of these kind of things.
Dirty blonde hair. I did decide on a name for the owl, though.
Oh, cool.
Tootsie Roll.
What kind of
Tootsie
owl?
Roll?
What kind of owl is it, or what does he look like? Is he like a spotted, like snowy owl, or like?
Yeah, we're up north, so probably more gray and stuff.
Near pretty well covers the whole spectrum of landscapes. The wastelands are a desert. Swamps. You can't see where I'm pointing. I don't know why I'm pointing. I apologize. But you have a map. So up near Noctmore is swamp. North is obviously snow and all that. It is mostly a more northern climb. You don't really get the subtropical type anything, with the exception of the swamp, but they're still kind of cold. Everything can get a layer of frost. It's about the equivalent of an October right now, so yeah.
Yeah, I imagine Tootsie being a gray owl.
Okay, and she's big, or I'm sorry,
yeah,
male or female owl?
Male.
Okay, so Tootsie Roll is a big owl.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll say probably the same stats as the same general build as a giant eagle, which I actually don't know the wingspan of offhand, but they're big.
Yeah. I'd say it's a little smaller than the classic giant eagle thing.
So could carry a hobbit to
definitely
Mount Doom, but maybe Gandalf.
A human would be pushing it,
But Zinthi can ride the owl. Is really what's important.
For sure. For sure.
All right.
I'll be right back. I gotta go get something.
I'll be back.
Took a moment, but I got it.
All right, so you're about a day's journey outside of. Okay, so you're going for the wolf, right? That's what we decided. Yeah. Okay, so you're about a day's journey north along the road. You've gotten to know each other a little bit. We're gonna get into the first campground scene. One of you is a ranger, so I'm going to ask if the ranger would like to do anything special with setting up camp, or kind of how she travels, and all that kind of prep. So Adeline, if you have anything to add to the first night getting ready for camp.
Well, yeah, I'll do as much as I can, gathering wood and building a fire, and a pitch or whatever it's called to cook on.
Perfect. Okay. How strong would you say Adeline's magic skills are?
Moderate at best.
Okay.
She definitely focuses on the physical aspect of her position.
Sure. Okay. You are able to gather plenty of berries and other vegetation. The question is, do you hunt tonight?
Sure.
Okay. Would you like to send out Tootsie Roll to hunt and bring back like a hare, or would you like to go out and try to bag some game with your bow?
No, I'll send out Tootsie.
Okay. With the three of you gathered around a campfire, I presume. I think you said campfire.
Yeah.
it's a chance for you guys to get to know each other. I don't know. I realize I am putting you on the spot, but that's why I like to play this kind of game. Would anyone like to kind of build some backstory for their character, or kind of talk about what their character's after, or just shoot the shit, or make up a story about goblins? You know, whatever you want to do. We have time for at least one little diatribe, if not 2 or 3. So, Zinthi, anything? And it's perfectly fine if not. We can.
I wanted to make a very bad joke, but I don't want to give Brent any more work.
Anyone have a story about where they're from, or anything that you think your character would talk about at the campfire? Ghost story or anything like that?
I'm gonna ask if anyone has like any alcohol on them.
Sure.
I probably have a flask on me.
Okay.
Just like reach out my hand.
I will. Yeah, I'll hand it to you.
Scottish.
Reluctantly.
I will take a sip of it and then like hand it to Lex's character.
Thank you, very kind.
I just got that. Awesome.
So, Adeline, how did you get your bird? Tootsie, it was called?
Yeah, Tootsie.
Tootsie.
Well, he was wounded while I was out on a hunt, and I found him and just nursed him back to health, and he's stuck with me since. Right? And I elbow him in the gut, which is probably a little bigger than an owl's gut should be.
A chubby owl.
While he's doing that, I'm putting the flask away in one of my pockets.
No.
Let's do a sleight of hand check.
3. So I guess to spill it over myself, I forgot to close it.
Go ahead and put down your sleight of hand skill as +6. +7. Sorry, +7.
+7. Okay.
Adeline, are you very perceptive and wise?
Moderately, but certainly when it comes to her flask.
Okay. With advantage, and adding in +5.
19.
Oh, come on.
Okay. Yeah.
I see that I've been gone.
You see her spill everything on
back. Sorry. Habits. What you gonna do? Nice owl.
So
I will finish what's left in the flask.
So as you can possibly deduce, your proficiency bonuses are +3 for this. It's no real indication of level, but
is that included in the numbers you give us?
It was, yeah. So I'm gonna say your Dex bonus is about 4. Adeline's Wisdom bonus is 2. I'm gonna say your Dex bonus is probably 3 for Adeline. I gave the extra 1 to the tiny gnome. But that's kind of where you're sitting right now. Is my thought. Okay. You guys kind of trade stories back and forth. Eventually deciding it's time for bed. Who is on first watch, or is it who is on first watch? I don't.
Well, I'm still trying to make up for my let's call it habits, and I'll volunteer for the first watch.
I have a feeling they're not going to let you take a watch alone, but Sure.
I'll have to do something to earn trust.
I'll let Tootsie stay up with him.
Okay.
Or her, sorry.
That's tough.
I put Tootsie in one of my bags.
The bag of animal holding?
The bird is probably bigger than I am.
Oh, significantly, yeah. Standing up, the bird is bigger than you are. The bird is the third member of the party, and you are the party pet. Like, let's be clear on what's happening here. Plus all that leather. Come on.
Man, yeah. I see where this is going.
Is it because we have cameras now? Is that why you see it?
Yeah.
This is terrible. This was an awful idea. We should never have played D&D. I fucked up years ago, George, and I am sorry. I brought you into the D&D world, and I am sorry I've exposed you to this monster.
You brought me into it as well.
I brought all of you into it, and I can take you out of it. It's been a weird fucking day. I apologize. This video contains adult language. Viewer discretion is advised. All right.
So can you cut that out and put it at the front?
We'll add our normal disclaimer. Who's taking second watch?
I will take second watch,
Perfect. Is that okay with Adam?
assuming that like a gnome can wake me up.
If that's fine with Adeline, we'll continue on.
Yeah.
All right. May I please have, in order, a D12 roll from each of you. So, Zinthi, please give me your...
I definitely need
One.
a shape.
Okay. Give me a perception check, please.
1. Oh, come on. 2 different dice. One after the other. Oh my
For
god.
those of you new to Ba Gaming, this is Lex.
I'm sorry, guys.
Lex is the anti-Taliesin Jackie, whose name I hope I pronounced correctly right there. I never say the last name, so I was like, oh god. I panicked. All right. Kelpie, would you please have Bussa make a perception roll for me?
Cool. That's a D12, yeah.
All rolls are D20 unless I ask otherwise.
Ah.
Sorry. Cool. I asked you for that D12. Just bank whatever you rolled on the D12, and we'll hold that for a minute.
I got an 8.
Okay. What did you roll on the D12?
Oh, the D12?
Yeah. Sorry, I asked you
the...
for 2 things and I messed up.
Oh, sorry. I get easily confused.
No, it's
I
a
got
weird system.
10 on the D12, though, yeah.
A 10?
Yeah.
Okay. Adeline, would you please roll the D12? Or give me the D12 roll.
2.
Okay. Would you please give me a perception roll? And
20.
We said, what did you add before you added a 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
So does that include the 5?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can write down your perception is +5. If that
Okay.
helps as well. You wake up, not woken up by someone, but you wake up to a snoring Zinthi and Bussa. Zinthi clearly fell asleep on guard duty, never woke Bussa up, and you're about an hour into what should be your watch. And the fire is basically embers at this point.
Hey, at least you got an extra hour of sleep.
But the owl, Tootsie Roll, is sitting at the edge of camp, watching very carefully with giant eyes. Woo! Except it's not making a sound. But I can't turn my neck 180,000 degrees. So
Well, not without help.
well, it's the cord. Yeah. No, it's the. So yeah, good first night. Good first night. So it's up to you whether you want to wake the party, who have all gotten a long rest at this point. Which is nice, because now you're not all poisoned from the drunkenness of the previous day.
All right. No, I'll leave Tootsie to watch over them while they sleep, and I will try to hunt something in the pre-dawn hour.
Okay. What kind of creature are you looking for? You have things that burrow, rabbits, foxes, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You have the bigger game, like a deer. There's
That
also
seems like a
quail.
lot of work in the early
Pheasant.
morning. Yeah, I'll go with a smaller mammal.
I would say that the climates that you are in is kind of borderline Pacific Northwest. So quail
Okay.
is an
Okay.
option. Quail-like creatures.
Yeah, I can hunt a few of those.
Cool. Just give me I'm gonna ask for 3 checks. They are dependent on each other. So first D20 roll.
3.
Well, here's a question. Would you say that Adeline's favored hunting terrain is the forest, the kind of terrain you're in now, or is she from somewhere else?
No, she's from the forest area.
So you have advantage,
Okay.
and I'm going to presume that you are probably proficient with survival and tracking, so you would also add +5.
Okay, 11.
With the +5
Yeah.
and on advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You will make the next survival check without advantage, but it's still +5.
14.
Okay. No, that's good. You are able to locate a couple quail. You think you will get a shot on one of them. You probably won't be able to get close enough to get all of them, but you will be able to get a quail for the party for the morning. Your third check is an attack roll.
Okay.
This will be +6.
What? Oh, +6. Okay. Crap. 9.
Not enough to hit a quail. You pull back and you launch. The arrow hits next to the quail, just barely missing it, and they scatter. I will let you take just a dexterity check to see if you're quick enough to get another arrow off.
22 on that one.
You would have extra attack at this point.
Oh.
Okay, so make another +6 arrow shot.
Oh my goodness.
Get it all out now, because the wolf is coming.
+6. I got an 8 with that one.
We can
So-
always eat the bird.
I don't want to tell you what your character does, but Adeline is going to return to camp without food.
Yeah, they're still asleep, right?
Yeah, so they don't have to know.
Yeah, I
You
never
can
went
return with
hungry.
extra berries and all that. Yeah, you can return with an entire basket full of berries,
Yeah.
but no quail. You know what? You do find quail eggs. from
Oh,
their
okay.
nests.
I will feed those to Tootsie.
But part of that seems inappropriate. I'm not really sure why.
It does.
Like, right? But they eat birds, so also
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's also Tootsie is also the only party member she can rely on.
carrying her weight. The only party member carrying her weight with her hollow bones. Yeah. All right.
Sorry.
I love this game. So you feed your bird, and then wake up your party.
Yes.
The party is up. It's time to continue onward. Another day of travel leads you to kind of the permafrost area. You're starting to get into kind of the tundra, the lower snow slopes on the hills. You see the mountains in the distance. The mountains of Nier are a terrible and awesome sight. These huge peaks towering over rolling, cascading hills, and just rock faces that look incredibly dangerous. Dozens of hunters lose their lives every year simply from terrain in this region. That's why there are so many tier 1 and tier 2 hunters and so few tier 3. They weed out naturally.
That's dark.
Yeah, that's not great. There's a reason I began you over here and not in Nier, because the party would have died a long time ago in Nier in the regular game. Oh look,
That's
a green
fair.
shirt dead.
Might still happen.
Might still happen. Briar tusks, yeah. You reach the kind of edge of the snow. Now it is time to begin proper hunter tracking. So these are skills that all of you would have. Adeline's probably a little bit more comfortable with it. I will let the other two of you decide if you are proficient in survival. You don't have to be. I'm guessing Bussa has middling to good wisdom. Zinti, maybe not so much. I imagine Zinti is probably intelligent, has a high intelligence, and is more of a skill-based character. So Dex and intelligence, as opposed to
Obviously, she's a skill-based character. Yeah.
See, you just gotta know how to talk to him. You can't see or hear if you do it like this.
Yes, that's how it works.
Something like that. Go Wolves! Distraction.
But yeah, sure. Low wisdom, no survival. She's probably more at home in towns or whatever than
Yeah.
in the
I gotta stop
wilderness.
shaking the screen. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, you should.
It's because I built the desk, and so it's shitty. It's also on super plush carpet, so it's like not at all stable. Okay, so if you think you are proficient in survival, which is tracking, being able to find things out in the wilderness, Adeline is. But if anyone else thinks they are, go ahead and roll a survival check, which is a d20. +5 for Adeline. I'm gonna say if you're proficient in it, Bussa, it's probably also a +5 for you. If you're not proficient in it, then it would just be a +2.
I would imagine I wouldn't be proficient.
Okay. You are welcome to try to kind of help figure out where you are or track a wolf. It is a +2 to the roll.
I'll try. I'm going to help.
Zinthi, I'm going to say yours a 10 wisdom.
10 wisdom. That's not so bad.
No, it's great. It's a +0.
Yeah.
On par with the average commoner.
Yeah.
Commoner's got to be looking out for things. Someone could kill you at any moment. Always on the run.
Something like that. I still got a 17, so.
Oh shit. All right. What did Adeline get?
I got a 19.
Somebody's closer. Uh.
Well, that was my time to shine.
Just sulks the rest of the way.
Yeah.
All right. You both find what you think are good places to start looking, to start tracking. You've both heard stories of the Arctic wolves. You know to head out into the foothills in a particular direction. You've heard the legends of the Wolf Peak, which is a tall, kind of. You can kind of see how it would look like a wolf, like, and the snow kind of forms like a shaggy mane on it, hence where it got its name. But there are actually a high population of wolves in the area, especially the Arctic wolves. That's what you're looking for now. So you know to kind of head in that direction. And as you get a little bit closer, Adeline, you start to pick up kind of the trail in the sense of like you're seeing scratch marks. You know what to look for. There's scratch marks on the trees. There's the tuft of fur that got caught on the tree. What you're seeing are gray wolves, just kind of your standard everyday, just dangerous near wolves, which are bigger than what you might expect from kind of your standard fare, but they are not dire wolves and they are not the Arctic wolf. So you generally know where you're going. You kind of head off in the right direction. Getting a little late in the evening, you're in the part of the wilderness that's a little less safe to travel at night. So now it's decision time of how you camp.
Would we have
Have
stuff to build a fire?
You would, yeah.
okay. Would any of us know if a fire is reasonable here? Like, does it attract predators?
Okay. The answer to this is going to be complex, but yeah, let's go with a I will let, if you think your character is trained in any of these, and then mark it down if you decide that you are. The first one is history. The second is survival, so we already know who is and isn't trained in survival. And the third is nature. Sorry, which is also an intelligence check. I would say, Adeline, I would very much believe that you are trained in nature. Bussa, I would very much think that you could be trained in nature. It's up to you if you are. I'm just saying, I think Zinthi, like you said, you're maybe a little bit more city dweller. So I'd say you have probably more arcana type things, maybe religion and history. I'd say are three good options for you.
Yeah, I can buy that.
Yeah.
I can spell it.
And obviously you have sleight of hand and all that. You're going to also have stealth, I would imagine. And Adeline, you can also have stealth. Bussa, I'm guessing probably not.
No.
You're actually at disadvantage in chainmail to roll stealth as well. But
yeah.
Can I set up some simple traps around our camp?
You can. And if you would like to enlist Adeline's help as a kind of hunter type, well, sorry. So that phrase is obviously weird because you're all members of the Hunters Guild and you all hunt monsters, but more as like kind of the ranger type, obviously. I will let you with advantage, kind of create some more like animal style traps, like bear trap type things, as opposed to more the human like tripwire that then sets off whatever. More effective against wolves is, I guess, what I'm saying.
You want to help me with that, Adeline?
Absolutely.
All right.
Awesome. With advantage.
Yeah. So this is going to be a
with advantage.
I'm going to say a survival check. But I will let you use proficiency for dexterity-based things, like with your tool set. So you may use the tool proficiency with the knowledge from survival on how to build traps. So essentially a +3.
A +3?
After all that's said and done, +3. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's a 19.
You are able to make 4 traps. They are essentially kind of like spring wood traps, and you're able to put like climbing pitons and other sharp objects. So they're essentially going to spring shut like a bear trap, but instead of going, it goes like that. So perfect for catching paws.
I know those traps. Yeah. I know what you mean.
So
I'm just going to spread them out around the likely, with hopefully the help of Adeline, we can maybe see the likely approaches.
Absolutely. Adeline, you can see where there's, after surveying camp, you are able to tell where you think wolf activity has maybe been in the area, or is most likely to be. Yeah. Now, as far as campfire goes, nature, survival, or history. So anyone can roll, and just if you think you have one of those, then we'll figure out what you add to it.
Well, I would think I would have nature and survival, right?
Sure.
So, which would be more appropriate here? I think nature for like the knowledge of what. Okay.
That's fine. Yeah.
So what would
in
be
this
my
case,
bonus?
survival would be more like the stories you've heard. I think the stories you've heard of like other hunters going like, oh, these things, and these things hunt at night and they see the fire and they come towards it, or whatever, whereas nature would be like, no, wolves are afraid of fire, but this isn't, that kind of thing. So for nature, I'm gonna say you have a high wisdom, Wait, your wisdom is +2,
Yeah.
and you're human. I'm gonna say you have a +2 in intelligence as well.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got a 24.
Awesome. So you have a decision to make. The fire will keep away the lesser wolves. It will most likely keep away a dire wolf if they are not hungry. It will potentially attract the more mystical creatures in the area, if there are any.
Like, what kind of mystical creatures?
If there are any fae folk who like this particular area, or if there are, like Final Fantasy style elementals that are just like the floating little ice crystals, there are ice shards in this area. Usually not this far south, but it's potential. And often they seek out fires to snuff them out.
So I will bring this up with both of you, telling you that the fire will keep away the lesser wolves and possibly a dire wolf if they're recently fed, but any other creatures, it might attract them to us.
Yeah.
What do
Essentially, it'll
you
protect
think we
from
should do?
beasts. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine.
Well, how likely would it be that one of those non-beastie types would be around here?
Like an ice shard?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check, which I think we can determine that you're probably proficient in, if you wish to be. I'm going to say +6 for this, because you're a gnome, so you would get the intelligence bonus.
I have a much larger concern for owlbears.
That's a strong concern.
Well, you've got an owl, so we're halfway there. I don't know where I was going with that. +6 is 21.
Haru! Oh, that doesn't focus. I don't know how to get that to
It does.
Yeah, that's good.
I carry him in my box because he's my favorite.
That's the first time we've used a mini in
It's technically the first use of a mini, yeah. Awesome. It's only been 9 years. I would use the camera as a table camera so we could have like layout, but I'm not wearing pants, so that'd be weird. I'm kidding, I put on pants for this game. Which is weird. I've never sat at my computer with pants. That sounds... Hey Solus, when you finish editing this, normally I'm wearing pajamas, but I put on real clothing for you people.
Yeah. I have pajama pants on
God,
too.
when in like 3 years when we're super famous and everyone's like, hey, let's go check out those people who were on that show with Matt Mercer, and they go back to watch our original footage, it's just going to be awful.
This is going to be pure blackmail material.
Hey, those guys who wrote 7th edition, didn't they used to do something? Okay.
That's optimistic of you.
Yeah, that they're going to write 7th edition that quickly? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I live.
Anyway,
I live in constant fear of 6th edition. I'm settled.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, I rolled a 21.
Fuck yeah. Ice shards are minor elementals, not quite in the same vein of mephits. They're a little bit like mephits are more the physical like creature version. Ice shards are the more like pure magic manifestation of elemental ice from the ice plane. They are essentially floating crystals that are, or like they look like a floating snowflake that's kind of disconnected and kind of floaty. Again, a lot like an elemental from Final Fantasy. They are very highly valued as material by wizards and ingredients.
Very highly valued.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we'll attract any ice shard thingies. I think we're good if we make a fire.
Low chance, but it's possible.
Can I roll an insight check on him?
Yes. Zimbi, if you are lying, you may roll a deception check. You will have a +5 to your deception check. Your insight score, if you think you are trained in insight, is a +5.
Yeah.
If not, +2.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stand there not knowing what's
Well,
going on.
she's just staring at each other, and she's like, haha.
I rolled a 20. I got 20.
Oh,
You can trust me, guy.
Adeline's too drunk to ever be trained in insight.
Look at this face. You can
I
trust me,
got
guy.
a 5.
She's wearing a fake beard, but we had originally talked about that if we were on camera, we were going to wear masks.
Yeah.
Based kind of themed to our characters, but meh, effort.
Now, if we could use one of those programs, that makes an avatar for you, and it syncs up. That could be cool. Then again, you wouldn't get to look at this, so.
Oh, that's not good. As the mic goes down my throat. All right.
What's that?
We should use those FBI. I don't know who you are. Pixelations. Sorry. Moving on.
Strangely, I'm not familiar with FBI practice.
It's weird, right? I don't know what Interpol does. Just a censor bar. Okay. So.
All right. So I totally believe it's empty. So I'm going to build a fire.
Okay.
Make it big. Make it good.
I heard you.
I'll make a normal campfire.
Aww.
That popped in parts of my face that wasn't supposed to pop. All right. Okay. It's time to set up watches again.
I will take first watch and then turn to Lex and point and just say no.
I really want to pull my weight here, which I guess I've already done not much of it, so. Can I sleep in a tree?
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep in a
You're
tree.
gonna have to sleep a little bit far away from the fire. It's gonna be cold. But you have a bedroll and all that, but you're not really gonna get much warmth from the fire.
Yeah, if what I hope is going to happen is going to happen, we're not going to be warm anyway. Sorry. So yeah, I'm going to sleep in the tree.
All right. Bussa, do you settle down by the fire to take first watch?
Yeah, I'll go down by the fire.
Okay.
First watch.
Adeline, where are you? Are you also in a tree?
No, I'm not going to be in the tree. It's way too cold for that.
Are you going?
But
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say I'll have Tootsie post up and kind of cuddle up next to him for warmth.
Okay. Like a pillow.
I mean, it's a huge owl.
No, I know, but I just imagine you do the squishy thing with the pillow to get it to fluff. God. So now you know what that looks like when she scares the shit out of me. It's just a little paw. It just goes. Blah.
Your cat is so misbehaving. I mean, mine is just sleeping in the corner.
Yeah, she's just up and doing things. All right. First watch. Who's second watch? So that Bussa knows who to wake up.
I'll take second watch.
Bussa, first watch. Please roll a d12.
I got 12.
Okay. Please roll a d6.
Oh dear. I got a 4.
Okay. After about 2 hours, the fire is nice and toasty warm. Your back is cold because it's facing the elements. You have your eyes mostly set to the north.
It's cold.
You have your eyes mostly set north, but you have to turn around every once in a while, kind of warm up a little bit. You have your blanket and your bedroll kind of warm with you. Your claymore is within reach. You know where Cynthia is. She's hard to see. So if you kind of like lose her for a minute, it takes you a minute to kind of get back, and then you just barely see the edge of face under all the hood and all that. Adeline is close to the fire. She's asleep with the owl, kind of just gently like, whoo, snore, whoo, snore, or whatever.
Adeline actually has a lot of trouble getting to sleep because she has no alcohol today.
Is she asleep after 2 hours of trying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bussa.
Yeah.
You hear a tinkling sound. Like yeah. Don't roll a 12 and you'll be fine. It's like a chandelier moving with like hanging glass, kind of clinking against each other, or like little bits of glass kind of falling to the ground, like in a bar fight type situation. And there's a breeze from the north.
Oh.
You kind of bundle up for a second, and you hear the sound. And you're like, bells? What is? And you look, and you see in the distance, hard to tell how far away, beyond the edge of your dark vision, but you see a faint bluish glow. Bluish glow is what you see.
Bluish glow.
And it's kind of pulsing just ever so slightly, almost like a will-o-wisp or some other faint entity. I'm gonna stop doing that. What do you do?
I am gonna grab my sword and like a burning log from the fire and just scream out to wake everyone up in like a sort of war cry that an orc would do.
You all wake up. Bussa is standing silhouetted against the fire with a flaming log and a claymore. Screaming into the distance.
I guess sort of motion to it with the torch as well.
Make a perception.
Do I fall?
Everyone.
Do I fall out of my tree?
Oh, do you? You're smaller than the branch you're on. So
That's
I'm going to
true.
say, with advantage, make an acrobatics check. It's your call whether you're trained in acrobatics.
Oh yeah.
So +7. And being a rogue, you have a shitload of skills. So.
Well, the +5 really helped.
+7.
I got a 9. +7. Oh, even better. Then I got a 9.
With advantage?
Oh, thank God for advantage.
Yeah. Actually, it's a dexterity saving throw, but it would be the same thing. +7.
11 then.
You
That's not
barely stay in the tree, but you need to get out now or you're going to fall down.
fair. There goes my advantage.
Okay.
I will hop up and immediately knock a bow or knock an arrow,
Okay. Make a perception check.
and I'll yell for Tootsie to go get Zinthi.
Talents into the gnome.
Wait, am I trained in perception?
Yes. So
Yeah,
plus
okay.
5 for you.
All right, 20.
Okay. You see the faintest, like, kind of just blue glow out. Can't really tell how far away because you don't have night vision. So once the fire's light is done, you can't see. But just like, almost just like an aurora, but kind of at groundish level, and it fades.
She lied.
Tootsie takes flight and goes after the gnome. Zinthi, a large owl swings down onto the. I'm presuming lands next to you and not picks you up. One
No.
is far more terrifying. And kind of just sits there. Looks at you.
I look back.
Kind of nips at you. Kind of tries to pull you.
Can I just try and grab Tootsie and hope that she pulls me up or something?
Yeah. So as you kind of grab on, she grabs part of your hood in like her mouth while you hold on to the rest of her, and she flaps down. It's the most terrifying 30 seconds of your life. When you reach next to the fire, next to Adeline is standing there with her bow, looking out, and it kind of looks like she's trying to make something out, but she's not really seeing anything. Bussa, you see the glow diminish. You don't hear the tinkling sound anymore. Zinthi, make a perception check with disadvantage.
Um, 14?
For a brief moment, you feel like you see a light, like not a light, but like just a glow.
Are we chasing after it, guys? It's our duty, as
Chasing
hunters.
this into the dark where none of us can see in a really deadly environment. Oh,
But, yeah,
that makes it
and
even worse.
you've got a fire, and it's glowing. I mean, really.
How
what
far out is it?
You would have guessed probably somewhere around like 80 feet, just because it was beyond your dark vision, which is 60 feet.
Yeah.
So you know I mean, you don't necessarily know the numbers, but you know generally how far you can see with your dark vision. It was beyond that because you didn't see a form; you just saw the glow. Zinthi
Would
has
I
the
be
same
able to
dark vision.
cover that in like one round, or?
Yeah. If you went all out, you'd be able to get. Well, okay, no, I apologize. You'd be able to move to the edge of what you can see now, dark vision wise. You'd be able to cover that. That's 60 feet. In one
Then
6 seconds.
I am going to continue uttering the war cry that used to wake them up,
Okay.
and then just charge into the dark after it with my torch.
As you go along, there are pockets of snow that you weren't necessarily aware of, and your dark vision is black and white. However, the torch does add a fiery glow to everything. As you continue in the general direction where you saw it, you I need you to make
Oh god.
a kind of I will take an athletics check, which you're for sure trained in, and I'm gonna say you have a +7 to this.
Just to make the situation simpler, we've also placed traps around her, and I'm not sure Buster was around with us when we placed them.
What check am I making?
That is true. I had
Same team.
That's true. I had them in particular areas that she has not reached.
Okay. I'm on your side, don't get me wrong. It seems funny to me.
It's more in the open field, and you place the traps more in the trees.
Okay.
Um,
Not that would stop an orc woman, but...
Adeline, were you going to say something?
How full is the moon?
It has been snowing, so there are clouds.
Okay.
It's about a little more than a quarter moon.
Alright, I was just wondering how much reflection off the snow there would be.
A decent amount that you could see, like, as you kind of came up on things, but you as a human want some light, really.
Yeah. Right now, I'm mumbling under my breath about how much this gnome is a liar.
Alright.
What was the roll I was
I'm sorry?
What was the roll I was meant to be making?
Athletics, +7. Sorry.
Oh, right.
This is for when you like hit pockets. Can you just blaze through them?
Cool. I got 13, so 20 plus the
Nope.
7.
You're able to just, as you hit stride, you're able to just big steps
Cool.
through. Zinthi, if you're going to follow on foot, you're going to be moving like half speed. Which
Hold on, get up on Tootsie.
I was gonna say, which is about 15 feet for you.
Yes, I'm gonna ride Tootsie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tootsie, who can see in the dark better than everyone else, also.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a really nice.
This is awesome.
So you get out your little hand crossbow, and you hold on to the feathers.
Ow, cavalry. I mean,
And then-
seriously.
Tootsie turns her head to you, his head to you, like completely around, and just goes, and then turns back. And goes.
Ooh.
And then after like the first 3 beats, no sound. And you just fly
Stealth
past
mode.
Bussa. Just completely past her. You see her below. You see a slight bluish glow. There is something out here. And then you see it almost look like it sinks down into the snow. And Tootsie takes a long kind of radial banking around the area. And I think she's trained to maybe call out when she spots something. It's up to you if she would have some sort of...
He's his own owl.
Yeah, no, it's... yeah, I just don't want to overplay him. If you have kind of in your mind how he does, but yeah, if
I'm gonna
he
try
sees
and-
it, so he calls out as well. So you know he has spotted something. Now what?
I'm gonna try and shoot it before it disappears.
Okay, give me 1 second. Adeline, you may choose whether or not you have the spell Speak with Animals, so you can communicate with.
I don't
see.
think that's actually a ranger spell.
I don't think it is either.
Hmm.
What it might be.
My book is buried
Is it
under a
Speak
stack.
with Beasts? Something is.
No, speak with animals. But I don't think it's a ranger spell.
It may not be. Speak with Animals, level 1. No, it is a ranger spell.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely have it then.
Okay. So you would be able to talk with Tootsie. That maybe not useful right now, but and you can also pick let's say 2 other spells that you have.
Okay.
3. You would have 4 spells total, I think.
Okay.
You can approximate where they are. You have level 1 and level 2 spells.
Okay.
You're generally level 5, 6, somewhere in there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Make an attack roll with your crossbow. You are +7 to hit with your crossbow.
Now, while they're doing that,
Yeah.
I know where the traps are, right?
You do.
Okay, I want to flank left of Bussa.
Okay.
Okay.
There is one trap out that way, but you very much know where it is. Imagine just kind of a big open snowy field, and then there are trees over here, and there are trees over here.
Okay. I also want to move slower and in stealth.
Okay, go ahead and give me a stealth roll. And you're a ranger, so you don't incur an extra penalty from the snow.
Awesome.
Because we're still you're familiar with this area.
Okay.
No.
Me or Lex first?
Oh, you. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Trained in it. I got an 18 stealth.
Perfect. All right, you're able to kind of go up and around and all that. It gets quite a bit dimmer as you're away. You do, once your eyes kind of settle to that, you are able to see a little bit better just in the moonlight. But it is a flare of light anytime you look at Bussa, who's carrying a torch, and the campfire.
Okay.
Zinthi.
I got a 21
Nice.
hit.
You see the bolt go, and you hear a sound like shattering glass. and you see a rippling, like almost like an ice. It's almost like a snow globe, like a large snow globe that you didn't see before, shatters, and you see snowfall, and then you see a flare of blue light.
No, that's actually really pretty.
Roll initiative. Yeah, and you're fucking killing it.
Nice.
Every day, son.
Actually,
What? I'm sorry.
oh, I was just gonna say, dark vision is a ranger spell.
It is.
So
Sorry, that was
So-
the other one I was going to offer you, and I lost track of what I was doing. So if you're,
It's okay.
You can already have that cast if you want.
I'll wait for whatever.
Let me get initiative rolls. That's +4 for Zinthi, and it's +3 for Adeline. I'm gonna say +1 for Bossa. I'm gonna guess you're not really the most dexterous character, so either +1
No.
or +0. That will affect. Well, we gave you some. You have really high strength. I'm gonna say +0 for dexterity. Now here's the question: are either Zinthi or Adeline alert? Do you have the feat alert? Do you think?
No.
I think our previous performance, at least for me, said there's no.
All right. I don't want to be a dick GM and be like, yeah, that's it. But okay. So mostly Adeline, whether or not you were okay. So what are your initiatives?
Is it a D20?
It is a D20. Yeah. So the only roll that's not a D20 is damage, which for you is going to be 2d6 plus 5
Right.
whenever you roll damage. And then when I'm doing random encounter rolls, those are D12. And really, I should just make them a D20 so that no one's confused. But, it is what it is. Zinthi.
16.
Nice. Higher than a 16? Anyone?
I did. I got a 19.
Bassa?
I got 2.
Nice. Unfortunately, we'll put you below the ice shark, but I should write down your names and not your numbers. That's not helpful to me at all. It's like I've never done this before. Yeah,
That's just what we are to you, aren't we? Just numbers.
basically. That's the point, yeah. Now it's a little bit like I feel guilty about it because I know what you look like, but that's... For those of you watching at home, Lex and I have known each other for 9 years and have played video games with each other almost every day for 9 years and have played D&D together or other games for almost 9 years. We saw each other for the first time today.
Yeah.
Basically like 30 minutes before this started.
Yeah. It's still weird.
It is weird.
Yeah. The nice kind of weird, you know.
I
like
was really
first
worried
time.
you were gonna have like super creepy, like otaku, like long hair.
No, I actually shaved it not that long ago. So
And just
Give
giant
it up.
glasses that for no reason didn't show your pupils through them, just were white. I was very worried about how anime this would be.
man, you had some weird ideas about me.
I've met a lot of Dutch people. Just,
That's fair.
that's fair. No, okay. Adeline, you're gonna open this up. You
Alright.
now see it. It has. It's roughly the size of like a big shield.
Okay.
Mostly orbular.
But I can see it in the darkness. It illuminates
glows
itself.
blue. Yeah.
Okay.
It's almost as if like same effect of like fairy fire, essentially.
I am in stealth, and I tell you what, I'm going to. I lose my stealth if I cast a spell, right?
You do. Well,
Okay.
It depends, because it's stealth, not invisible. So it's going to depend on how it notices things.
Interesting.
And you probably know a little less about. You probably know more about beasts than you do
Yeah.
about like mystic creatures.
Definitely. Then I will. I'm gonna hold my action to see what the other two do.
Would you like me to remove you from the order, or would you like to ready an action?
No, I'm ready. I'm sorry. I'm readying. if it's able to attack anyone.
Okay. Just remember,
I'm going to.
using your reaction for that.
Yeah.
Your action and
I
your
know.
reaction will happen after it makes the attack.
Yeah.
Not before. Okay. Some DMs do it certain ways. I just wanted to. That's how we'll do it for this. At least we can rediscuss for Terra.
Okay.
But okay, so if it attacks, you will counter
Mhm.
with bowshot.
Yes.
Did you want to move at all as well as part of your turn?
As long as it's in range of my bow, I'm
Okay.
fine.
Then, if you would like to, I will give you an aiming bonus of +2.
Okay.
Yeah, just you have a move. I like doing this. I like pantomiming. I'm gonna have to make my screen bigger than everyone else's so I can just pantomime the whole time.
You just like hogging the spotlight.
So much, so very much. Yeah. I really don't want to be on camera at all, but that's fine. Zinti, death from above.
The question is, do I use one hand to hold on to Tootsie? Do I need to?
I am going to say he is gently going around well enough that you can kind of knees and then shoot again
Okay.
to reload.
Okay. Because I'm quite comfortable here, actually. Especially considering I'm on a giant owl.
It's
Yeah.
very cold, but yeah, it's otherwise kind of nice.
Yeah, I've got a nice thick cloak and I'm okay.
He's very soft.
So I'm gonna shoot again.
Okay. I am going to, because he's making a circle, I'm going to say you have a -2 penalty just because it's a weird new situation for you on this. Like you were able to line it up the first time and take the shot, but now you're kind of at a weirder because you're trying not to hit his wings essentially. So it's like cover.
Okay.
You're still at a +5 though. So
That's a 14.
that barely hits.
Whoa.
You see a flash of like kind of ice as you hit this thing. Go ahead and roll damage. I think a hand crossbow is D6.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
D6 +4.
I would notice if a certain player hadn't.
You would know this, that's sure.
Yeah.
And
D6,
if I were
okay.
nicer to Kanto and gave him one, yeah.
No.
Uh,
D6 plus what did you say?
+4. Plus
Plus-
sneak attack, actually. From the previous roll, but his shield stopped all damage previously, so.
That's fair. What would be sneak attack at point?
Well, it technically knows you're here now, and you don't have an ally flanking it yet. So I'm going to say you do not have sneak attack on this one. Sorry. For
Fair.
the first one, you would have.
Okay. Still, I rolled very nicely with a for 10 damage.
Okay. Yeah, that is pretty good. Yeah, it's hard to tell because this is a magical creature, like with kind of a weird body. Like I think I did damage to it. It looked like it hit hard. It made a good sound. Imagine like you hitting like a chunk of ice with something. It made a good ice pick sound, but
Right.
a little bit of a tinkle following as things.
Is stuff breaking off?
Little bits, yeah.
Okay. Shouldn't forget to pick those up. You know.
The powder is valuable, but also the inner crystal.
Oh man, the amount of money we're going to make off
The amount of dead characters we're going to have after this.
well, with that attitude.
The ice shard flares.
Oh boy. Incinerates the gnome.
And you see, you know, in some like video games and shows and anime and whatnot, it'll have like the cool looking like runic magic circles appear around the things, and they're like 2D but do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those kind of appear around it, and then a central one appears over it, and a dull glow, like, beam kind of shoots out at you. The beam itself is just light, but then the giant shards of ice that go and like trace up it are not light. Hi, cat. Hey, buddy.
Well, it's all up to Tootsie now.
Tootsie's gonna get hit too. I need.
But we're flying, so I assume that gives us some sort of advantage. We're not that easy to hit, and I don't assume that
Tootsie
Tootsie
has
is
a
just
good
gonna...
has a good dexterity. I need Tootsie to make a dexterity saving throw, and I will let sorry, cat. Zinti make a dexterity saving throw as well to help out Tootsie.
Okay.
If you make your dexterity saving throw to help react, you will give advantage to Tootsie's dexterity saving throw.
Well, 19.
Absolutely. Advantage to Tootsie.
I needed it because I rolled a 1.
Oh, thank God.
And then I rolled a 20.
Natural?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just, she barrel rolls right out of the way. So it's a cool... Yeah, cool, because ice. But there's the this beam of jagged, like, glacier, like, it's just out from the center of this. And she just dives around it, and then, like, circles around it, like, almost like Death Star trench, like, and then flies away. And as she flies away, it just shatters and, like, crumbles into snow. So it doesn't stay there. It's like this weird pillar of ice.
That's how she got her name, by the way. Or he got his name.
The roll.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let me see that Tootsie roll. Right.
Tootsie really is MVP here, by the way. I mean, that's already clear for the evening.
All pets, all the time. Okay. Bossa. Use about...
How far away am I?
About 60 feet. You could use your whole turn to get there. You could use your movement, and then if you have a ranged weapon like a javelin, you could use that.
What about the fiery branch?
You do have the fire.
I was thinking that I want to move into range to throw the torch thing that I have at.
Okay. So you move about half the distance between you and it.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
roll a d20. This is an improvised weapon, but it's strength based. So you do not get your proficiency, but you do get your +5 strength to hit.
That's 14.
That'll hit, as we determined.
Nice.
Nice.
D4 damage.
2.
Okay, so it takes 2 damage. Roll a d6 for the fire.
1.
All right. It flares up, and you see this like shh of steam and flame and like melty bits. It does not like the fire. The fire was bad for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're on fire.
It glows a little less for a minute, and then it kind of roars back as the fire goes out.
I had the readied action, by the way.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Please
That's okay.
interject with that. But yeah, absolutely. You have the. I should have marked that better.
Do I have the +2 or advantage on the first shot? Or both?
I'll let you have advantage at 7+2.
Okay.
Yeah, that's her.
Ooh, very nice. And I've got a +6, so that's 23 to hit with the first one.
Oh yeah.
And 15 to hit with the second one. It was a little long
Yeah,
total.
both of those hit.
Awesome. 11 damage total.
Okay, perfect. It's from.
Or do you... If it has resistance, do you want them individually?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can just take half of that. That's fine.
Okay.
Sorry. It is your actual turn now.
Okay, I'm going to. What's the range on that? Shoot. Oh, okay. I got plenty of room. So, how far away would you say I am?
Probably about 60 feet.
Oh, okay. I will cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay.
And fire twice. One is a 24, and the other is a 13.
The 13 will miss.
Okay. 8. 11 damage again.
Okay.
And if I can, take as much cover behind the tree as possible.
Sure. Did you add a Hunter's Mark into that?
Yes.
Okay. Zinti. Oh, right, because you hit with 1. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry. Zinti. I will also allow you to use your move to attempt to kind of get Tootsie to go where you want. Maybe line up a better shot for you. It's an animal handling roll. I don't know that you would be proficient in it. And it's kind of up to you how your charisma is. I would say it's somewhere in the plus. Either you're not charismatic and it's 0, or you kind of are and it's a +2.
I have a likable personality.
Arguable. Yeah, no, so okay, let's say +2 for that, but I'm guessing you're probably not trained in animal handling. So,
no.
Just a pure +2. If you roll well enough, you'll get a,
okay.
You'll be able to
how is the ice shard looking?
Hard to tell. You can see that there are these kind of floating planes of ice around it. Almost like if you imagine like a jawbreaker or something similar that they have, and just kind of break
I know what a jawbreaker is.
I don't know. Like a Cadbury egg. But so like imagine you cracked it open and then you took like some layers out, and so it's kind of like some of them are turning in this way, some of them are turning in that way.
Okay.
Some of those look broken, some of them look more perfect. The inner glow is still pretty radiant.
I am going to I'm gonna try and I'm gonna put my hand across my way and I want to try and steer Tootsie over the ice shard.
Okay.
And then I want to draw my sword and jump off.
Yep. All right. Just right through it, and it just bisects you.
Fair.
You just disintegrate. All right.
Was worth it.
Animal handling roll.
Okay. 12. It's just Tootsie is smart.
Yeah, you more or less.
We have a connection.
You more or less get him to go over it, and you jump off.
Awesome.
Acrobatics roll. +7 if trained.
Was I was, yeah. +7. That is 24. For Nomardia.
Roll your attack.
Okay. Do we get a plus something with the sword?
It'd be the same as your. It's a finesse weapon, so it's the same as your hand crossbow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That is a 16.
That'll hit.
Awesome. That was a short sword
Yes.
is
D6
6.
plus 4.
Yeah. 8. Do I get extra damage for jumping down?
You do. Go ahead and roll an additional. Your acrobatics check was really good, which offset your animal handling a little bit. Go ahead and roll a d10.
Ooh. 8.
So 16 total.
Yeah.
You hear a loud cracking sound as you like down into it, but you feel the sword rebound a little bit too, and you actually have to end up rolling across the snow. You kind of hit the snow and roll a little bit away, and you actually fall into some snow because it's deeper right where you thought you were just going to roll, and then plop down. And you get up and you kind of scramble away a bit.
And then I take on a cool anime pose. You know, really wide and bend over and get the sword.
All right.
Oh, I was thinking Captain Ginyu. Yeah, something weird.
Yeah, I was gonna do. My arms wouldn't be visible, so I was. All right. Okay.
She's really into this whole roguish thief thing, so she thinks it's cool, so she takes a cool pose.
All right. It is the ice shard's turn.
Tear me apart.
It is very angry at you.
It's just a piece of cloth on my clothes, though.
You notice now as you're near it, it's very cold, and you actually almost feel like you feel breeze both blowing past you, like cold breeze blowing past you, but also like you're actually kind of being like pulled towards it a little bit. It's actually hard to stand near it, especially with your stature. It glows, and there's just a pulse out from it, and ice shards from its shell just go in all directions. Make a dexterity saving throw. +7.
Does Tootsie need to make one as well? Okay, cool.
He's not close.
22.
Alright. When do rogues get evasion? Is it level 7 or is it level 5?
I can look it up. It's
It's level 7.
relatively early, I think.
It is really. Monk gets it later, I think.
Yeah. I think rogues will get it.
Level 7.
Okay. In that case, you take.
I'm not rogues. Play another one.
6 damage.
Oh.
Which, for the purposes of this game, you take a wound. We'll call it.
Okay.
So there's minor wounds, major wounds, and like oh shit. You want to avoid oh shit. And they stack in a particular way.
Okay.
All right.
But I still look cool now. Just now with some blood.
Anyone behind you can now see through parts of your cloak.
Yeah. I'm coughing up some ice.
Yeah, and there's like a rain of like shards around. Like this was a sphere of shards exploding. Now what you see is just a floating crystal, like the Sims crystal. You know, like that perfect D8 blue, dark blue, giving off a light blue glow. And there's actually almost like energy playing inside of it. It's like snowing around it too, which is weird. Because there's like snow just like materializes at like an area above it and then falls below it. Almost like all the moisture in the air is being drawn towards it, forms snow as it reaches a point and then falls. Like a snow globe
Neat.
without the globe. Bussa.
I'm going to just charge straight at it and
Okay.
attack it with my claymore.
So
With
here's-
like both hands and everything.
Okay. Here's a question about Bussa. Or for Bussa. Are you more of a like technical fighter? Like, I have a lot of skills and I know how to like cleave in a particular way, or like I can, attack and then come down, or I can trip an enemy and then stab it. Just really strong, or do you more lose yourself in the primal fury
Just
of battle?
the feral rage, yeah.
Okay. If you would like to, you may use your bonus action to go into a rage, which will increase your damage and lower the amount of damage you take from normal weapons.
Is there any drawback to that? Or?
No.
Oh, do it.
Not a normal rage. You have a certain number per rest, but that's it.
Cool.
Yeah, you're pretty fine for that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. As you approach, you raise your claymore up. You're gonna get 2 swings at it. If you want to, you can just recklessly attack and just go woof, wild haymaker. That'll give you bonuses to hit in the form of rolling twice and taking the higher number. But if it attacks you, it rolls twice and takes the higher number. So it's a gamble. You lower your defense, but you up your offense.
I will go with the offense. Yeah.
Okay. The very last question. Your claymore is your best friend, right? You're super trained with it. Would you like the ability to trade a -5 to hit for an additional 10 damage? Keep in mind with the advantage that you're already getting from this, so you can reckless attack into Great Weapon Master.
Yeah, let's do that.
The answer is yes. This is how I think any of the 3 of us would build our.
Yeah.
Bussa the Barbarian goes into a reckless attack of Great Weapon Master. So go ahead and roll 2d20 for your first attack. Take the higher number and add 3. Sorry, math for a second. There. It's the danger of not writing anything down.
So
anytime
with
you
the
do this,
plus 3, I
whole thing
got 21.
Okay, that's a hit. Roll your second. Okay, so 2 more d20, take the higher number.
With the plus 3, that would be 7.
17?
Yeah.
Okay. That is also a hit. So now roll a total of 4d6. 2 for each attack. And then whatever number you roll, plus 30. Plus 30 is how much damage you do. Plus 10 for each attack, and the plus 5 that you already do for each attack, for just your pure strength.
That would be 44 damage in total.
44 damage. Fuck.
Yeah.
You hit it, and you break it, and a chip of it like chips off, and then it just goes and just falls to the ground. And there's just this chipped gem sitting on the ground in a pile of like
Ka-ching.
bluish whitish dust.
Is it dead then, or?
Oh, it's gone. Yeah.
I'm gonna take the gem thing that fell down.
Tried to get it off your claymore.
Yeah. I want that as a deal for my new claymore.
Just for the record, it's like that big.
Oh.
It's huge. It's like, the Sims, they have that diamond over their head. It's like
Oh,
that.
right.
Yeah. A little bit thinner, but it's big and blue.
I will take it anyway.
If we sell it, you can buy a completely new claymore.
Yeah.
Remodel it completely.
They're heavily prized by wizards and all that.
I could probably use it as like a claymore handle, even.
Probably.
Make a mall out of
It's
it.
more in the you could make a wall out of it. It's more in the realm of like arcane material.
Yeah.
It could be powdered and used to, or like pulverized and used to make something, but it's much more arcane material than just like use it as it is material.
Cool.
but it is worth a lot. The dust is
I
also
wouldn't
worth
know that,
something.
though, right?
Depends on
Would I know that?
what anyone tells you. You can make a
Well, Lex didn't really tell me anything about it.
make a check if you want to.
Yeah.
Just a general intelligence check. I'm gonna say
Cool.
+0.
That's 2. Oh god.
It is shiny. It is.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking it.
And you know it can shine more because you saw it shining more a minute ago.
Put some polish on that.
However, Zinti, you are right there, so you can see this happening. You can say anything, or you can just go up and scoop some of the dust in your bag. It's like weird snow.
No, I consider myself to be a team player, and I'm going to tell, hey guys, this crystal and this dust it's worth a lot of money. So we should definitely, as I start scooping it up, we should definitely pull this together. And once we get back, see if we can sell it to a wizard or something. That'll make this all worth it. And then we can split it 4 ways.
4?
Yeah. I'll save it for Tootsie. Don't worry. No?
So it's not worth as much as like this whole contract is worth. It's not like that nice, but it is a hefty sum.
That's a nice bonus.
Yeah, for sure.
It'll refill my flask.
That's right.
Get drunk on the card.
Speaking of which, has anyone licked it?
Wait a minute, does the gem thing feel cold?
Oh yeah, like very
So,
cold.
like, if you were to put this in the bottom of a really big tankard to keep your ale cool.
Uncertain what would happen. You are wearing gloves, I presume.
Yeah.
It is starting to feel very cold through your gloves.
Ah. We'll experiment with that when we get back to town.
Don't you have anything to wrap it up in?
Oh, I assume I would have, like, a leather satchel or something?
Yeah. No, you have a pack.
Yeah.
It might be back at the fire, but you have one.
Good job, team.
Indeed.
Now we can go back to sleep and then continue our hunt.
Well,
the
hold
wolf.
on.
You really didn't get any sleep, so.
Yeah, before we go back to sleep and have chances of more things coming and killing us in the middle of the night, I will cure wounds, Santi.
Okay.
Thank you.
You can remove the wound.
Thank you. That is much appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
You seem a bit cold. Is there anything I did?
I don't know. What's the stain on your chest? Is that my liquor? Sweating in the middle of the night in snow.
Wait, are we keeping the fire going, or...?
It's still going. I mean, this entire thing was like not even a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah. I think we should keep it going, even if it attracts more of those.
Oh, I
We can
agree.
kill them
A
again,
pack,
I
a pack
guess.
of hungry wolves is very dangerous. When it's
Yeah.
sneaking up on you in the snow.
Especially if someone falls asleep on watch.
I don't feel like you have a lot to say about that, actually. I don't think you're in a position to what were you doing during your watch?
I mean, I killed the thing that came at us.
It's true. That was very impressive.
It's a lot of damage.
Everybody's just going to ignore my cool move.
Oh yeah, your fall from the sky was very cool.
Oh, Tootsie dropped you on an elemental. Whatever. It's more of an attack from Tootsie, really. Tootsie gets credit for that.
Yeah.
Fair. That's fair.
DM verdict: Tootsie gets the XP. Tootsie is now a level 5 giant owl. Yeah. All right.
Well, Tootsie is going off to solo this quest.
Tootsie solos the Arctic Wolf. All right. The it's gonna confuse the shit out of everyone. Okay.
It's not getting old anytime soon.
No, it's just gonna keep happening. All right. You go back to the fire. Go back on watch. Sleep through the night.
Is it now my turn for the watch? I think
It could be.
I'll take the rest of the night as the watch.
Okay.
Because I didn't do anything during the fight.
You did a little bit of damage.
Yeah. But clearly it's not being appreciated, so I have to make up for it.
I mean, the group did slightly more damage total than Bussa did. But, like, only if you also include Bussa's previous damage.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. The next morning, you wake up, and as you're kind of looking around, you can gather up the traps, actually, so you can keep them.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Thank you. So
You're welcome.
you can keep those, carry them with you. You notice that near the outskirts of camp, you see wolf tracks. They look relatively small, but you believe that the fire did in fact keep the wolves away, even though they probably came to investigate the fight and all that, but the fire kept them away. Would anyone like to do anything or prepare anything before you guys go on what you're hoping is kind of like the last leg of your journey into the wolf territory?
I wouldn't mind hunting for a little bit, trying to get some food before we have to survive in their territory.
Sure.
Like maybe get some deer or an elk or whatever.
Yeah, let's go after a deer then. Give me a survival check to track.
14.
Okay, it doesn't take you too long, because you're kind of able to use the wolf tracks to kind of lead you towards where you think hunting territories might be. You find some deer tracks. It takes a couple hours. Are you off on your own, or are the people with you? Because now you're in, dangerous territory. So
That's up to them.
Oh, I'll go with you. Not close enough with you that I'm going to ruin your hunt, of course.
Actually, you should stay up on Tootsie and stay above us.
Oh, I'm not going to say no to that.
Free mount. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So after a couple hours, you find, for sure, you're within a little bit of a deer. You're pretty sure. So give me a perception check with advantage.
Oh my gosh! I rolled double ones.
Oh my god.
Our hunter, ladies and gentlemen.
You're like, I don't know where this deer is. And the deer's like, never mind. He's wearing a mustache. He's like, good day to you, sir. And he trots away. You are going through and you're looking for the deer, and all of a sudden you trip over something, and you just plant. And looking back, you're annoyed because you didn't find this deer, and you were thinking, a quick shot, big meal, because this was going to be a big deer. You could tell by the tracks, and you look, and what you tripped over, you thought was a root or a rock or something, is the fully frozen carcass of a deer, a large deer.
Hey, at least you found it.
Ow.
Good place to start.
Bussa would be nearby, probably able to see that happen.
I will go
So your vision
over.
she just disappeared.
I will go over, like, trying not to laugh at the situation when I think at what's happened.
If I were a real dick, you'd have been carrying all the traps, and the traps would have all gone off. Snow.
And I'm gonna ask what killed it, because clearly the hunter did.
Or the hunter's way better than you thought.
I really need a drink. I'm gonna poke at it as if that determines what killed it.
If you'd like to give me a medicine check. Your call on whether you're trained in this. I'd say 50-50.
Another one.
Oh my god.
Maybe we should just take a quick break for a moment.
Frostbite. It died from natural causes.
Smells pretty fresh. I think if we thawed it, I could skin it.
Is there, like, enough meat left on it to eat? Or...
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of deer there.
I say we wait for an hour and just have ourselves some quick breakfast. And, like, while we're, like, cutting it to eat it, try and figure out what happened.
I'll tie a rope around the back legs and throw it up to,
You probably shouldn't do anything.
You have to have all of them out by now. Sorry, Maggie's cleaning herself and she's making super weird sounds. Okay. Yeah, it takes a minute because it's like frozen to the ground. This is you're like, wow, something crazy must have happened for this natural phenomenon to have frozen it so much.
Maybe it was that crystal ice thing.
It could have been, yeah. Very much similar effect. If it had cast magic to freeze. You imagine if something got stuck in that big blast from it.
Can anyone else roll for that, or
to determine what happened? Yeah, if you're curious about what happened, you can absolutely. Medicine check. We determined you had a what-ish wisdom?
I don't have anything written down for wisdom.
Maybe. Maybe +2.
Cool.
We'll
I'll write that down.
And it's a medicine check. It's unlikely you're trained in medicine, but...
Three ones in a row.
I
That's
thought my two ones were impressive, but you beat me handily, sir. I'm impressed.
I mean, for a short stretch, you're more of a marathon runner.
I got a 15.
You believe that this was frozen by some sort of magical effect.
Oh.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna take out the blue crystal thing and sort of point to it and then to that and sort of ask the others if they think maybe that's what happened and whatnot.
Zinti's up above, so she doesn't know what's going on.
Oh.
I'm having the time of my life.
Probably.
In my expert opinion, this steer simply just collapsed and was frozen. Yes. Probably old. Heart gave out.
It's clearly
just
a young
sleeping.
buck, like in the prime of its life. Just for the record, it's got very few like bite marks on it.
Wait, but there are bite marks?
Yes, and they were very clearly taken out after the icy effect.
Mm.
Oh.
It's amazing
like-
this thing lives so long without ever being attacked.
Are these like normal sized wolf bite marks or along
No.
the lines of
No,
what you're
it's
hunting?
huge. It's rough.
So like what we would be hunting or more like just a dire wolf or
One of the two. Probably. Or
are there any
or a
like
non-wolf.
tracks?
Give me a perception check.
All alone out here.
I rolled a 7.
You rolled a what? I'm sorry.
17.
It takes you a moment to realize, because you were looking for wolf tracks.
Yeah.
Not giant depressions in the snow. But when you kind of back up and kind of look, you see that and that and that and that are a wolf track.
Oh. Oh.
This wolf's paw is this wolf's paw is about the size of your torso.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
I guess we'll wait for Hunter to come back so I can point out something that he obviously missed.
Was this a good moment for a break then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and take a few minutes here. Welcome back from break. This is
Nee,
Tales from Terra.
nee, afblijven.
That was your German lesson for today.
Sorry. Sorry.
Welcome back to Tales from Terra. When we left our party for the break, they had just discovered the giant tracks of a phenomenally large wolf, possibly their prey.
I had a question about that. So, do we know, or like, would any of us have any idea if this thing could have had some sort of magical attack that could have actually killed the deer?
The Arctic wolf is rumored to be able to breathe cold.
Oh god. Oh god. Okay.
Are these fresh tracks?
Where are these tracks?
You may make a new perception check to see them. They're still hard to perceive because of the angle you have to be at because they're so huge.
It's easy for me because I'm so tall.
What is this garbage?
Wait, 4 as in you rolled a 4, or 4 as in you rolled your fourth one?
No, I rolled a 4 and got a 9.
4 is when we kick you off the show. That's when you could have been. You try again the next day. You know what? Actually, does this happen a lot to Adeline, where she's about to fail and then she's able to turn it around? Do you have the lucky?
She's no, but she's usually not going through detox either.
The
I love this idea of this heavily alcoholic ranger. Do you leave like 12 empty bottles behind you?
yeah, she's never been outside without a drink before. What are these things? She thinks the forest is much more heavily populated usually because she's used to seeing 5 trees where there's 1. Okay. No. There's like depressions in the ground. You're like, that can't be a track. That's weird.
It's not a track. I'm a hunter. I know this.
But Bustle's got like 2 feet on you, and from where she's standing, it's clearly a giant paw print.
Can I pick them up? And then like try
I was like, the
also
track?
point
No.
at the tracks?
Sorry. This still doesn't work that way. Yeah. I mean, they might resist, but yeah. If you call out to Zinti has a really good view from where she is.
Oh yeah, do that.
I feel like I led that a little bit, because that's gonna echo. If you yell out.
Do what?
Wait, sorry.
Yell out that like you need to look at the tracks that only I can see next to the deer that we're at. And make sure to point out that they're like bigger than you would be looking for normal tracks as well.
I'll have a look.
Perception check.
Wiping sweat off my brow like in the forest with liars.
This isn't even a forest.
It's foresty.
Oh.
1. What tracks?
There's a lot of
I'm
trees.
just-
There's a lot of trees.
Oh my god.
I feel like you need to make a dexterity saving throw. As you lean a little too far over
8.
and fall.
Face first. Smack.
So don't see these tracks. She grabs you, but you
Hey,
take,
have a look at these tracks. What?
you take you take a minor wound as Tootsie has to dig into you.
It's raining gnomes.
And Tootsie will land you in the snow next to.
I'm just going to like visibly facepalm in front of everyone and then again just sort of start dragging them if we have all our gear ready to go in like the direction we need to go wherever the tracks lead.
Yeah, straightforward. You follow the tracks. As you're kind of going and you get out of this kind of trees and you have a little bit more room. Now, you both see the tracks.
Hey, there's tracks.
See?
They are massive. Zinti.
Oh wow, good find.
Zinti can like lie down in like the big paw pad.
I'm standing in the middle of one.
Yeah,
What tracks?
no, that's basically what it is. That's basically why you couldn't see them before, or why it's hard to see. This is a big boy, the big wolf. You also see that there are little bits of white fur, kind of stuck in the bark of trees. A good 12 feet up, where it passed by.
Oh,
Busta's probably
these-
about 7.5 feet tall, just for the record.
oh jeez.
Do these tracks look fresh-ish?
Yes, they look like they were pushed down, and new snow has not happened.
Oh, good.
Oh, here's a question. I'm sorry. Here's a question. What do you think are Adeline's favorite enemies? Beasts, humanoids, fae, aberrations.
Beast for sure.
Okay. These are fresh. They are within the last 8 hours. There is one Arctic wolf.
Well, there's very clearly one wolf right here, and it's massive.
It's right behind you.
I'm not that massive.
Hey, that's mean.
Come on, you guys.
You're like, if only we could see past this. What is this wall of white?
Sorry. Well, they
Well-
seem to be heading in this direction. Oh, I'm surprised they didn't eat that deer. The wolf didn't eat that deer.
Presumably it wasn't that hungry, which is good for us.
It left it for us because it felt pity for us.
They're gonna need this. Let me make sure it's. Yeah, tastes good. Tastes good.
So we follow the tracks then?
Yeah.
Like the professionals that we are.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll lead too.
As you go along, it becomes tough trudge. This is me trudging through snow. Sorry. It becomes tough trudging. The snow is actually like up to Zinti's like neck at this point.
Yeah, I'll put her on the back of Tootsie again.
Bussa is of course just plowing through it, so it's making it easy for the rest of you to just kind of follow if you want to follow in the trench.
I'm swimming.
The backstroke.
Actually, I'm not that good of a swimmer. I like these camps.
Start up a kind of the slope of the mountain under the shadow of the Wolf Peak. The terrain is jagged and rough here. It's slow going. It starts to snow as you're climbing up. You hear the distant howl of wolves, but you think they're just gray wolves. Ahead, you see what you think is a leveling out, where there might be like a church with the steep. Like it's fine. The jagged rock where there might be a cave. You think that is probably your target.
Do we see any birds or small mammals?
You haven't seen small mammals in a little while. You do see birds of various kinds. You see kind of just normal ravens and whatnot flying around, that kind of bird. But you also do see a couple of the larger eagles and condor type creatures that live up here in the mountains. That even compared to Tootsie, have an impressive wingspan.
Mm.
We're not talking rocks or anything like that, but
Yeah.
although rumors.
No,
Mir
nice
is chock full
breathing.
of just crazy shit. So
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking up a spell. You guys.
no, please. Would anyone like to prepare anything on your way up to the mountain or cave?
Do we have any way to build, like, I mean, I assume no, but even just to, like, hinder it, like a trap that we could put outside the cave?
You have 4 traps.
Are they
They're
big enough for
they're about the
this?
size of it's like paw bean pads.
Yeah. Is there any way to build, like, a bigger one, or?
You could try. There's sparse wood up here. You'd have to go down the mountain a little ways. And it is snowing more heavily now than it was.
Oh, never mind then.
Can I have maybe some sort of poison or something they can put on my my tips? Just the tips, though.
Just a dip.
Just the tips.
Yes. I will let you have a poison.
Cool. What kind of poison are we talking about?
What kind of poison are we talking about?
The good kind. The
Extra.
good stuff.
The damage or like debilitation?
I'm going to ask for debilitation.
You have some Noctweed poison.
Knocked weed?
Yeah, NOCT, weed. It's a sedative or a tranquilizer.
Okay. I messed that word up so bad.
Are we able to take like a short rest? I remember Zinthi had a minor wound.
Minor wound is like a point or two of damage. Like it's not a problem unless you get a lot more minor wounds. It becomes maybe a wound. Probably not really a concern.
Okay. I don't know. need a drink.
It's
We can.
I can't think.
just falls to her knees. Ah!
Sweating out in the snow.
Well,
Well, we have
Madrax is gonna be fucking ridiculous from now on with camera. You need to wear a Madrax mask.
how smart are Arctic?
First of all, second of all, give me a nature check.
Oh, I'm good at those.
You have 2 intelligence? Did we decide, or 3?
In
We decided at some point in time.
total. No, my wisdom was low, but we said that my intelligence was decent.
Yeah, I just don't know if it was a 2 or 3 or what. You already know, so I'm thinking 3 is what we probably gave you.
Okay.
And are you trained in nature? The answer, I think, is probably no, but
No.
Can I make the same check?
sure. Yeah, if you guys are actively talking about this, then go for it.
15.
Can you beat a 15, Zinti?
Yeah, I got a 16, 17, 18.
Arctic wolves are very smart. I hesitate to say human level intelligence, but very smart. They don't necessarily. No, I take it back. Human level intelligence.
Okay.
Human
Is
level.
the best way I can describe it. Yeah, like a dragon, essentially.
Okay.
Humanoid
Well-
level intelligence is what I mean. Obviously, like they are sentient creatures that are not mere beasts. They came to regulate.
Well, we can
It's probably in their
build a
genes.
fire. We can build a fire outside of that cave. So we at least have some fire against the wolf. We can spread the traps out in front of it. I don't think we were going to build an elaborate trap outside of its cave if it's that smart. I don't think that's.
I yell, "That sounds great," as I'm stuffing snow down my armor. It's so hot.
Hot flashes.
What's
No, detox.
what's the entrance of the cave look like?
When you kind of get up to it, it's kind of jagged rocks meeting a little bit, so it's mostly kind of a traditionally round cave, and with their jagged rocks in front of it, it's large enough that a large creature can get through there.
I puke.
That cleans you up a little bit. Helps out.
Maybe we can have someone if we can somehow hold the wolf in front of its cave, then maybe we can, I don't know, roll a big on top of it or something.
Are there any big loose rocks we can
There
see?
are some jagged rocks up there that potentially would be not just mountain face that could potentially be broken away, but their condition is unknown to you without getting up to them. And without any sort of explosive there where you could just be
Yeah.
you, even looking at it, you think you'd probably be hard pressed to just orc strength one of them, or
Yeah.
even claymore one of them. It doesn't look like there's something that little bit, in the video game.
Yeah, it
glows
could
and you
just
can-
collapse the whole thing.
nothing quite like that.
Should we just yell into the cave really loudly until he comes out?
You said it has ice breath?
Supposedly.
Yeah, I don't think going into the cave's a great idea.
But you're so warm out here.
It is very hot out here.
You do feel like a cold air emanating from inside. So at least out here you have the sun kind of helping, but
I do know that it is not smart to fight a beast in its lair, so I'm gonna suggest we try to draw it out.
Sure. If you guys set up, then I can go in and lure it out.
An appetizer.
Wait.
Delicious.
I look very tasty. If I do say so myself, of
You
course.
go in with like pineapple rings and like
Yeah.
an apple in your mouth. Are you
Wait.
aching?
I have an idea. What if I went up to like the top part above the cave where we were planning to drop a big rock on it, and I just wait there with my claymore pointed down, and then we use the gnome as bait to go in and bring it out, and then when it comes out, I just drop on its back with the claymore.
That's not a bad idea. At least it will get you at least it will get you close.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm going to cast Speak with Animals and start relaying the plan to Tootsie.
Okay.
Okay. And warn him that when or if Xanthi comes running out of the cave to snatch her up as gently but quickly as she can, or as he can, and get out of the way of the Arctic wolf.
He has one question. Who?
I point.
I just wanted to say who. As the outcome. Okay.
Nice, I like that.
Thank you. 3 lollipops. Alright, yes. He nods,
Okay.
All right.
and he takes off.
Excellent planning, team. Let's do this.
You're all gonna die.
Oh, God.
Okay.
I puke one last time.
Did you start the fire outside? I don't know if that was an actual plan or if you were going to do that. You don't really have a ton of stuff to use for the fire, but you could put some torches on it. I don't know.
I imagine if you set up a big fire outside its cave, it's not going to come outside of its cave.
Yeah, it may not.
You don't really have the materials to make a big fire. That's kind of the problem.
Yeah.
Also.
But it's also smart enough, I assume, that it's going to wonder who the hell is setting its porch on fire.
Its smoke detectors are going off.
Yeah.
Oh, I have another
Those
question.
batteries.
Do I have a weapon besides the bow?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Pretty much whatever you want.
All right. So short sword.
A tank?
I thought about, curtailing. But, okay. So you go inside the cave.
Going inside the cave.
Go ahead and just for a little while I handle a couple things with them, think about your next character.
Fair enough.
Alright, no, you go in. Are you being stealthy?
Yes.
Roll me the stealth, +7.
By
you.
the way, I'm going to try to hide off to the side of the mouth of the cave.
No, okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah. I had to process that for a second.
Should I roll stealth for like hiding up? Or
I need coffee.
No, because you're not really going to be able to do that stealthily. You're pretty much going to have to climb.
ramble it?
18.
Nice. You basically, the moment you step inside the cave, they lose complete sight of you. You're gone.
Awesome.
You just disappear in the black. As you're walking through, it's very cold in here. You also smell.
Chew.
You also smell the remains of like carcass. And as you're going in, you find the reason why it probably didn't eat that deer is because there is some sort of like, for lack of a better word, mammoth inside that it has been feasting on. This big woolly.
It killed a mammoth? What are we doing here?
What the fuck
Let's
are
go
we
home.
doing? Let's go find some cockatrices.
Adventure level 5 to 25 found adventure.
Are we crazy?
Arctic wolves ain't nothing to
Yes.
fuck with. It's funny because all I can see is like your head from mostly here up, and so it's just
Yeah.
Okay, so you also hear breathing and like the snort of a dog, right? And for a brief moment, you're like, "Oh, that's gonna warm the air." It doesn't. It's colder. And then you see it, and all you see is its head, and it is kind of like leaning down and it's sniffing at the air, and its head is entirely too large, so it fills up like all of your vision. And then you kind of move around a stalagmite, and you see the rest of the body, and it's kind of like laid out like a, but it's alert. It knows something is happening, and it kind of like gets up, it sniffs, it looks around. It doesn't seem to notice you, and you base that on the fact that you're alive.
Fair enough. Okay. Okay. I need to draw its attention and get out of here. I'm gonna make ready. Yeah, go for it.
Oh, me? Sorry.
I thought you was gonna say. What were you gonna say?
Ears
Something?
go up,
I'm going
and
to.
it kind of raises its hackles.
I'm going to make a position ready to run, and then carefully aim my hand crossbow and shoot. And then as soon as I shoot, I run.
Question:
Yes.
did you poison one of the darts,
Yes.
or did you poison your sword? Okay. Make an attack roll with advantage.
Okay. Sneak attack?
Yes. $4d6.
Yeah, I rolled to hit for her first.
Yeah. Just,
That is 24
barely hits.
to
Yeah, no,
hit.
that hits. Yeah.
And 4d6 that you said for the sneak?
Yeah.
2,
Plus the d6 for the
8. Mm-hmm. Yes. 20 plus 24 damage.
Okay, solid hit. It will roll a. It rolls a Constitution saving throw to see if your poison takes effect. But you don't know
Okay.
that because you run.
I'm out, yeah.
It lets out a growl, just an angry. And then you hear a loud noise and a crashing sound behind you.
I run out just a little bit faster.
Outside, the mountainside shakes a little bit, like some of the snow falls down. Busta, you feel a rattle, and you actually hear like the growl and the howl kind of echo out of some of like the chimney holes around.
Yeah.
Gnome, just running out.
Run, Forrest.
She dives past. You're all ready. So Sora goes.
Yeah.
Tootsie.
You wait. Oh, that's right. Sorry. And Tootsie. Which is probably. I don't know if that was explained to Zinti or not. That's probably way more terrifying because you're running from the jaws of a wolf, and then
It got me! It got me! Save me!
it just grabs you cleanly, finally, like just by the firmly by the underarm and takes you off, and you are careening away. I would like you to make a perception check, and I would like Bussa to make a perception check, please.
Who is you?
I
I'm
think
sorry,
you.
no, Zinti. Sorry.
Me?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I need to make a perception check.
Do I add anything to that?
I think we said no.
Oh god. I got an 8.
Okay.
I didn't. I rolled par for the course.
1. neither of you see the wolf exit the giant cave mouth.
What?
But neither does Adeline.
Oh god. It's a trap.
Did we place the 4 traps in front of the cave?
I don't think so.
No. I'll
Um,
just chuck those things down in a moment.
Adeline, you see coming up behind Bussa, the massive wolf leaps on her. It came out some sort of side passage out of the cave, like a second entrance of the cave, and is now attacks at Bussa. Go ahead and everyone roll initiative.
Well,
I got a 20.
Okay. Anyone beat a 20?
I got 19.
Oh, that's really good. Adeline? Bussa? We'll have Tootsie act on your turn, if that's okay. Just for ease. Just rather than having his own... What'd you get, Ziti?
15.
Oh, really good rolls. Listen, you're making up for it by... It doesn't matter, the wolf rolled higher than all of you. Plus surprise round.
I'm also surprised it was actually a mother wolf. So
So for the purposes of this, we'll do actual. It'll just be easier to do actual hit points than the thing. So you're a D12 plus 3 per level, so 15 plus an additional 5. So, you have 50 hit points, Bussa.
Cool.
Ranger's a D10. Let's say you have 42 hit points. It seems a little low for level 5 ish.
That's par for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably fine though. Or I based it off hit points. I didn't base it off what level you actually are. Zinti has 36.
36.
Probably lower because you probably have a lower constitution than that. Let's say 34.
Okay.
And the ranger can go up to a. I'd say 46 for the ranger. Okay. The wolf goes first. It pounces. Well, this is actually the surprise round, but it pounces on Bussa. So it's going to make 2 claw attacks with advantage. It's going to for sure hit with both of them. You're going to take 18 points of damage. It is now going to come in with a bite because it hit with both of its claws. It rolls over a 20. You take an additional 9 damage, so 27 total.
It was nice knowing you guys.
You had like 80 hit points though, right?
I'll say 60. You can have 60 instead of 50. It's also probably a good time to tell you, each of you is carrying 1 healing potion. And that's it. It'll help. Zinti, you can have a. I was gonna say a scroll, but you have your poison, so never mind.
What would I do with a scroll anyway?
Yeah.
Not a caster.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you can use your Arcana skill to try to do it, but that's fine. The wolf's actual turn. But you know it's there now, so it doesn't get advantage. It already has you. No, it has to do it again. It hits you with 1 attack. Its other claw misses. You take 6 damage. And then it does not bite with advantage. It rolls a natural 1. So it bites the snow around you as you wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle,
Okay.
wiggle, wiggle. Surprise rounds are always so fucking brutal. It is Adeline's turn. Stop yelling!
I need a fucking drink, and I'm going to cast. We cast Hunter's Mark on it, and then it's above me, right?
About 20 feet up.
Okay. Climbing is half speed, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not gonna get up there this turn. I will.
I would take an acrobatics check to allow you to do that.
mm,
Or a good athletics check will let you. Because you're a ranger, I mean, you're spry.
no. I'm gonna shoot twice and climb at half speed.
Okay.
Okay, so I got what do I have? A 6. I got a 20 and a 19.
Both hit.
Nice. Hunter's Mark. Do you want them separately or all together?
Altogether is fine.
Okay. 9, 17, 23. And then I will
Solid.
start climbing the side of the mountain up toward Bussa and the wolf.
Okay. Bussa,
Yeah.
you can stand up for half your movement. When it pounced on you, you were knocked prone.
Yeah.
No, I guess not, because it didn't have advantage on you, so I guess not really. You can use your bonus action to rage.
Yeah.
You may then, if you wish to... Sorry, these are not terribly comfortable. After a long period of time. You may use your bonus action... Or no, I'm sorry. You may, after you have raged, you can decide to go into a frenzied rage if you want to. You will be able to use a bonus action to attack more. To attack again. Sorry. You get an extra attack on a bonus action. You won't be able to do it this turn because you raged. So you use it on every turn after that. However, at the end of your rage, you will suffer 1 point of one level of exhaustion. But by that time, you'll be done with the boss and all that. So,
And dead.
So if you would like to, if you would like to frenzy rage, you may.
I will. Yeah.
Okay, that just gives you the extra attack as well.
Pessimistic.
You have the option to reckless attack, which gives you advantage, but then he has advantage versus you. And you also have the option for Great Weapon Master, which is -5 to hit, plus 10 damage. So those 2 options.
I'll take the Weapon Master one, but I don't want to risk my defense this turn.
So you normally add 8 to your attacks, your 5 strength and your 3 proficiency. So instead, you'll only be adding your 3. You get 2 greatsword attacks.
Cool.
You get 3 on every turn after this. Oh, and
So
it's a bonus
what
action to
is-
take a potion, by the way. Sorry.
Oh.
Because there's only 3 of you.
What do I need to roll to hit?
D20?
That's 2d20, yeah.
1 for each attack, but yes.
Cool. I got 7 on both.
7 total? With your plus 3? Well, I mean...
Plus 3 is 10.
Both are gonna miss.
Oh god.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. Zinti.
Oh, Tootsie was
Oh, please,
circling over, to drop Tootsie. Well, not to necessarily drop Tootsie, but Zinti.
Land her behind him, maybe, or something to flank.
Yeah, absolutely.
In this game, flanking grants advantage to both teammates. Tootsie drops Zinti off behind and then careens off.
So
You are behind
if
the
he
Arctic
has-
Wolf.
If he has an action, he'll help. Use the help action. But we'll just wait for that on my next turn.
How would you like him to help? Because everyone already gets advantage for being up on him.
Oh.
Do you want him to give?
Okay.
He can swing back and give you like a little boost up to finish your movement up the cliff.
It's okay for now.
Okay. Because they're flanking and they're gonna get the advantage bonus.
Game the system.
All right, Zinti, you have advantage. So 2 to hit, and then sneak attack. You
Right.
can also decide on what each of you can decide on what your feat is going to be. I was hoping it would come up that we could decide something, but you each have a feat, so.
Yeah.
Or you can take +1 to Dex, an extra +1.
No.
But I don't know if there's anything interesting to you.
Yeah, but I don't know feats from the top of my head.
Yeah, things like lucky. What else would be helpful here?
Maybe something with one of those crossbow feats.
No range,
I'll,
no penalty for firing in his face. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, but then I might as well just use the sword. Well, it's not. I guess whatever I'm gonna pick is not gonna be that relevant.
I just felt bad that I gave Bussa a feat and it got ignored for the rest of you. It was the intent for everyone to have a feat, but it's always next time.
I'll take magic initiate, and I'll pick wish.
Bring it on, motherfucker. Yeah, that goes for you.
Anyway, I'll swing the sword at it.
Okay.
Stab. Right up the back door. Advantage? Yeah, we have advantage. About that. Okay, that's a 19. I rolled a 19, so that's 26. So that's a hit. And 3, 7, 9.
Did you poison your dagger? You were setting up poison before the battle. I just didn't know if.
Sure, I don't know how much poison I have.
You
I'll
had
poison
you had
everything.
2 doses of Noctweed.
Big doses, can like dip myself into it.
So if it
I'm
eats
gonna
you,
get eaten anyway.
so if it eats you, it falls asleep. Like tryptophan. No, you used 1 on the bolt, so you have 1 for your dagger now.
Okay.
It crit its save on the first one, by the way. That's what the look on my face was. Oh, I rolled a natural 20.
Crit fail, I assume.
Otherwise it would have fallen asleep. Alright, so you hit it. You know you're rolling your damage. I'm interrupting you with words.
Yeah, which is absolutely great. I'm so good. I think 23. I think. But then,
Okay.
you were interrupting me, so
That's fair.
who knows?
We'll give you 23. It rolled a 21 for its save, so it saves. At the end of your turn, it will use one of its legendary actions to.
Come on, it's not even in its lair.
It's not going to use its lair action. It has lair actions that it can use. But it is going to turn and bite at you. Rolls well over 20.
That's a miss, unfortunate.
It only does 4 damage. Oh, sorry, a bite. 6 damage total.
6, okay.
Oh, you know what I forgot to do before this fight? It's my bad, guys. I forgot to put on my examination gloves. If I'm gonna be doing this to you anyway, might as well be safe about it. For safety with the resin for the 3D printer. Okay. Is that it?
I'm gonna scream.
You can disengage as a bonus action and all that. You're a rogue.
That is true. But then does Masha still get advantage?
No, not if you move away. You can hide, though.
Don't. I mean,
I guess I technically did act after your turn, but if you're
You
done,
did.
yeah, if you're done, I'm gonna move on. It's the wolf's
I'm
turn.
gonna hide.
Okay. It's the wolf's turn. The wolf is going to attack Bussa again. Claws. It's gonna hit you with its second attack because you have an AC 16. It will do 5 damage.
Oh.
which is halved, right? While she's in range.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yes. So 3. Oh, and I forgot to add your rage damage. You did an extra. Wait, no, you didn't hit him.
No.
Okay, I added it in the first. We didn't tell you, but you do an extra 2 damage because it's until level 9. It's 2. I think, something like that. So you do
I got
an
it
extra
right
2
here.
damage
I'll
per
check.
hit. So it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
The sometimes when we run these games, I'll give like 1 like level 9 ability and like so it's fine. The wolf missed you with its second attack. It's going to make its bite without advantage. Rolls a 2. Rolling a lot of 2s. Adeline. Here we go.
Okay. How big is the wolf compared to Tootsie?
I think Tootsie could fit in its mouth.
Holy shit!
Was that a real full spit take?
No, I had a cat hanging off my
Oh,
claws and everything.
I thought you spit because of what
Oh,
I
man.
said. I was like, holy shit. Because I was watching George, and then all of a sudden reaction up here. And I'm used to being the one that's getting attacked. The wolf is about 15 feet to its shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big boy.
All right. I'll finish my climb up.
You had a little bit left.
This is such a bad idea. I switch to my sword, and I try to mount it. And I will have Tootsie distract it so that I can get help on any kind of check I need.
Absolutely. No, I will allow that. So Tootsie swings down in front of it. Or whatever sound it makes. I don't know what the climb the Arctic Wolf check is. Athletics check?
Yeah, it's athletics to
To climb a rage beast?
It's a contest
Yeah.
in the book. I don't know how you want to play it.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say you can maybe acrobatics onto it.
Hey, if I can use acrobatics.
I'll let you.
Oh, by the
acrobatics
way,
on top.
for feet, I'll take the skilled feet for the 3 extra skills.
That's fair. They can be whatever you want them to be, as well.
Okay, athletics, acrobatics.
Plus, you would have whatever our main ranger would have, so feel free to.
I already have 4, so.
Yeah, go ahead. You can roll acrobatics.
This is such a bad idea. Why did I do this? Oh snap! So I'm plus 6, 25.
Nice.
With Tootsie's help, no contest. You just go.
Nice.
With a 25, you just go. You swing up onto it. You grab onto fur, like swing yourself up. You're mounted right behind its head and shoulders, basically. So like 20 feet away from its head. No, but you know, right up there. It is big. It's a big wolf.
Do I still have my second attack?
These are like bigger than the Princess Mononoke wolves. What? You have both your attacks.
Okay, cool.
But it's 25. I'm giving that to you as your move.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool,
With
cool,
Tootsie's
cool.
help.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do I have
Not always,
advantage?
but this time. Oh yeah, yeah, you have.
All right, cool. All right, stabbing in the back of his head. You got an 18 with the first one, and 15 with the second one.
That's a miss.
All right.
It bucks enough that you miss with the second attack, but you hit him with the first.
Max damage, which is 14, 17.
All right. The wolf yowls in pain, and then uses its legendary action to attempt to bite at you and pull you off. You're wearing, let's say, studded leather armor, or are you wearing medium armor?
No, studded.
Studded leather. So 15 AC. I think we said you had a 3 dexterity.
Just sounds so low.
That landed on the 20 for a very long time, and slid on the 20, and then rolled over to the 8. It misses.
Oh goodness. Now that we have cameras, I can't take my shirt off.
But it only misses because of Tootsie distracting it, and you being on its back.
Oh, thank goodness.
Because it has a +7 to hit, so it would have had you otherwise. Bussa, you have advantage naturally from these guys helping you out.
Right. What's advantage again?
Roll twice, take the higher. You don't have to reckless.
So reckless would have normally been a bonus action, right?
Reckless is just you turn all your attacks into advantage, but you give advantage when they attack you.
Oh, right, okay. I'm gonna use my bonus action to take that health potion now.
Okay. Roll, for this, because they came from the near Hunters Guild, roll 2d6 instead of the normal d4.
As well as a normal D?
No, it's so healing potions are normally d4s. These are d6s.
Oh, right, okay. I got 6.
Okay, and add 2, so 8. You get 8 health back. And you have still 2 attacks.
I'm gonna swing the claymore for his legs.
Okay.
So that's... I rolled a 20 for the first one.
A natural point, like you rolled a 20?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll your second attack and then we'll solve the crit.
The second attack.
You should have told me before you did this, but are you doing this Great Weapon Master?
With Weapon Master?
Yeah, with the -5 to hit plus 10 damage.
No.
Okay.
These are just
so
like
you have
normal
advantage,
attacks.
so it would make sense if you were doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. So if they're just normal, then okay, so a crit, and then your second attack is what?
That was a 9.
9 total?
Yeah.
Okay, that will miss. The crit, go ahead and roll 4d6.
Oh. 13.
Okay, and then you add your 5, so 18 damage for the crit. You also hear a bad sound as you hit through its leg.
A good bad sound?
Yeah, for you guys. You you think you may have crippled its front right paw.
Nice.
Like it looks damaged. Zinti.
Is it facing my way?
No.
No. I'm gonna stab at one of its back legs.
Okay.
Yeah. 18.
Yep. God, you look so annoyed.
I rolled like 4 ones in a row.
I was gonna say you had 4 dice and you rolled 7 ones somehow. So how much? Plus 4 at the end. Don't forget.
Yeah. 8.
Wait, no. It should have been 5d6 plus 4.
Oh, yeah. I forgot what's the. God damn it.
You can go ahead and roll. That's fine.
That's another 3, so 11.
Okay. That's solid. That's about how much damage rogues do with sneak attack. Yeah, good.
You almost had me there.
You rolled twice with advantage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure you don't accidentally crit somewhere along the way. The wolf goes. It is going to leap over Bussa. Bussa and yeah, and Zinti, you will get attacks of opportunity. So go ahead and make 1 attack. No advantage, just because it's.
I missed with a 1.
Bussa.
Do I add anything to this d20 or?
Plus 8.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's your normal attack.
Oh, rage damage last time too.
Got it.
I got 16.
That will miss. So both your attacks miss as it leaps into the air. Adeline, roll a. I'll take dexterity or strength, whichever one you want. So dexterity, obviously.
Crit. Yeah. You can't see it.
Awesome.
Oh, those are nice die.
Yeah, nice die.
That's cool. Okay.
Very nice.
So, you hold on.
Yeah.
And it annoys him. He lands, and turns, and immediately just, and just breathes Icy Blast on Zinti and Bussa. I need, dexterity saving throws from both of you.
Well, at least I'll escape.
With a new mount.
I got 4.
Okay, you will take full damage.
Oh,
Because
God.
even with what you add, that won't be enough.
Yeah.
26.
You'll take half damage. Alright, Bussa takes 13 damage. Does that put you down? Zinti, you take 7. Wait, did you hit 0?
No, I meant 19.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you said you were at negative.
No.
Sorry. When I asked if you went down, that's what I meant.
Oh, right.
yeah,
I
sorry.
thought you meant down and
Mm-mm.
yeah. Okay.
So that's all for now. So it does that, and then Adeline.
You speak with animals, right? Can't you just ask it to die?
Good persuasion roll.
Pretty
I did
please.
take persuasion. Zinti, how bad are you looking health wise? You got
I'm
health.
not that bad. I have 21 health left.
You know, it hit
Okay.
you with a bite before, or did it miss you?
It hit me with
Because
one hit.
I forgot. You have uncanny dodge, so you can half 1 attack per turn. So you can probably add 4 points of health back in there at least.
Okay.
I just forgot.
Yeah,
I don't like to
doing
retcon,
okay.
but I mean, going
I don't
forward, you
mind
have
if it's in my.
going forward you have uncanny dodge. Don't forget. All right.
All right. What would throwing my potion of healing to Busted be? What kind of action?
I'll let you throw it as a bonus action, and I'll let her catch it as a reaction. Well, she doesn't have a reaction anymore, but so I'll just let her have it. It's gonna be checks to make sure it doesn't get dropped.
Okay. I'm gonna yell out, double fist him!
So roll a range, same as your like normal range attack, just a thrown weapon essentially at this point.
15.
You know, I would also just throw it out there. I would let you hold it up, Tootsie grab it, and take it to her.
Oh, okay. I'll do that.
Because 15s are very good, but I'll let that's just a cool way to deliver. Owl delivery.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that instead.
An owl comes at you, Bussa, carrying a potion, and just drops it right into your hand. You will have to wait until your turn to use it.
Yeah.
Double fist him, and I'm gonna stab the shit out of this wolf.
Unfortunately, that takes another one of your bonus actions for another turn, but still. Okay, good.
Okay. Miss, definitely a miss. And then an 18.
Barely
One
hit.
hit, right? Yeah. 13 damage.
Nice. It is bloodied. Are you including Hunter's Mark? Because you still have that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess at 13 damage you have to be. Bussa.
I immediately like break off the top of the
You, like,
glass
saber it?
bottle and just down it. Yeah.
The one drop in there still counts. All right, roll 2d6. And
Cool.
add. I saw a video of a guy go to saber a bottle of champagne, and it hits, and the handle and the hand keep going. The cork and the blade go nowhere. The blade just falls. It literally broke the.
I got 11 on that one.
Oh right, I was like, I forgot what you were doing. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's 11, so you're up at 30 health now. Excellent.
Yeah. I'm going to carefully climb down in such a way that I'm not gonna like fall and die like an idiot.
Okay. It's just over from you. There's no down. Unless you
Oh, it
want,
didn't like.
Unless you want.
Oh.
It just jumped over the top. You're both on the cave. It just jumped over you.
I thought it jumped down to like the front entrance, but okay. Then I'll
You're up
just
on like
go over it.
on like a cliff, basically up here.
Oh, cool. In that case, I'll just charge over to it, and then I'm gonna try and attack the winded paw.
Okay, you technically have advantage on this
Cool.
because Adeline is helping. Are you
Is that
are you
two
great
attack?
weapon mastering?
Yes.
Yeah, you want to. Anytime you have advantage, you want to,
Yeah, definitely.
because it cancels out the +5 essentially. All right, so roll 2 d20s. Take the higher number
12.
and add 3.
So 15.
That's a miss. Do
Yeah.
that again for your second attack.
Oh, I got a nat 20.
Fuck, on a great weapon master. All right, roll 4d6.
Total is 16.
Okay, plus 7 is 23. Plus the 10 for great weapon master. That's 33. When you start hitting, it starts looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. It is going to attempt to rip Adeline off its back again. It's legendary action. 25.
Miss.
You take 11 points of damage, and you need to make a Dexterity check. Is it contested?
20.
Nat?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say you seem very excited.
20 is still exciting.
No, that is very good. It rips you off its back, but it does not throw you off the top of the cave. So you kind of roll through the snow. Zinti. You have allies on it, but you are not on it.
How far away am I?
You cannot make it to him in walking range because you only have 25 movement.
Fair. I walk over and silver sword in hand, pull out my hand crossbow and pull off a shot.
I mean, in fairness, you probably just can have both out.
I can't
Until
reload.
you need to reload. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, take the shot.
I can take a shot.
You get advantage on it because you have allies harassing him.
Yep. Uh, 25.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying to do the math on the damage, and I was like, that's not right. That's so many dice.
Uh, 28.
We need to get you like an abdicus. That's solid damage, holy shit. Alright.
I'm just very, very bad at numbers in my head.
I use my computer calculator.
Yeah. At least this way I get some practice in.
Stuff like D&D and Final Fantasy 11 are why I'm so good at adding like people.
Yeah.
It blows people's minds at work because no architect is good at math. It's like universally the thing, but I taught structures and no calculus and all that. So, but no, stuff like D&D helped me immensely in math. It's crazy. The wolf goes. Let's see if it gets its breath back.
No, it lost its turn, didn't it?
How did it lose its turn? Just for
slipped on the
that,
ass.
I'm going to say that you landed in a position in front of it. All three of you need to make dexterity saving throws. As it... This one sounds like a wolf
prone?
howling. You're not.
Okay, cool.
I got 12.
Sorry, what?
12.
Fail? Oh, we determined you don't have a lot of dexterity. But you have advantage on this. You have danger sense. Go
Oh.
ahead and roll again.
Cool. Oh, I got a natural 20 again.
You just drop into the snow.
Oh.
You
Right
take no
away.
damage.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot that last time. George.
We have the proficiency with our saves, right?
Yeah, whatever a ranger has.
Okay. I got a 16.
Okay.
25.
Okay. You both take half damage. You take seven is the half. I would like you, however, to make Constitution saving throws. Because this feels more powerful than the last blast.
What would you say my constitution is?
Probably pretty good. Well, I mean, +2, +3, somewhere in there.
Okay. Well, I failed.
Okay.
Unless it was a +12. I mean, I'm gonna fail.
You take an additional 7 cold damage and are slowed.
What do you think mine is, constitution-wise?
Probably a +0. I think
+0.
you have pretty high stats and other things in your constitution, so.
16.
You take neither extra effect. This is
Weird.
its breath after being bloodied is stronger. Okay. It is Adeline's turn. Not for children.
So I'm slowed, so I only get one attack no matter what, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Or one action. So, is using Tootsie a bonus action?
No, you can just use Tootsie.
No. Okay. I have a Tootsie swoop down and pick up Zinti again.
Here we go again.
And try to get her out of the firing range of this creature.
Where would you like her to be taken, or just being carried?
Probably try to drop her off like 10 to I don't know what how big this cliff side is.
There's not a ton of room behind.
Okay.
Is
there
Can't you
enough?
can't you just drop me off on top of the wolf?
Okay, yeah, totally.
Okay.
Drop her off on top of the wolf. How
That drop
close?
is going to happen on your turn, though.
Okay. How close am I to Bussa?
She's standing right next to you.
All right. Cure wounds.
Nice. Level 1 or
2.
level 2? Okay.
2. 14 health back.
Okay.
Bussa.
Neat.
And then I'm going to put my sword away and back up a little bit.
It's going to get an attack of opportunity if you do.
Oh, I didn't know I was right up on the wolf.
Yeah, sorry. You're both there.
No, that's... no, I'm just going to stand there and be ready to die.
It's pretty annoyed at you, and after you healed Bussa, it's going to bite you.
Oh, yeah, I forgot it was smart.
It's somewhere up around 1920 to hit you. 11 damage.
Did you say 19 intelligence?
No, it rolled a 19 or 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
All right. Why can't I just die with a drink?
All this ice and not an ounce of whiskey.
Yeah,
Bussa,
she's just yelling into the sky.
Bussa, you have advantage on your attacks because you have an ally. You have 3 attacks because you aren't using your bonus action for anything else. So you have advantage. And should work for you.
What? Go ahead and put me between it and the alcoholic.
You really can't without wasting your action to move her.
Oh. I guess at this point we should just try and kill it. Yeah, I'm gonna make my first attack then.
Okay. Just roll 2d20, take the higher number.
Yeah.
Are you Great Weapon Master?
Yeah.
Okay, so +3.
Cool. So that's 10, which I think I'll miss.
Yeah.
And then the next one would be 15? Yeah, 15.
It's a miss.
Oh, got it. And then 15 again. So miss.
Sorry. Little bit better than that. You were rolling 2d20 each time and taking the higher number?
Yeah.
Okay. Zinti, you swan dive. Mostly because you were dropped on top of the wolf.
There.
You can just hold it with a pommel and ride it down with your little feet.
Yeah. Use my place my feet on the cross guard. You know, and there's like a pogo stick, but I don't come back up.
That's exactly what I was saying. A broken pogo stick.
Yeah.
God. This is what the winter wolf is like. Roughly this size. This is accurate. God, you were annoying when this was just sound. A natural 20?
Yep.
How do you want to do this? Look at this furry belly. Look at this furry belly. Tell me how you kill the wolf.
I'm gonna yell out for pneumonia, and I come just straight down on the neck, just behind the head.
It goes. Boop.
And just ooh. Go wolves, because
It
bam.
falls on Adeline. She's not. Just slightly. Just slightly. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Ooh.
Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a pretty solid little fight from you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. The only
Good
task
job,
left
Pete.
on this bounty is to get the materials you were sent here for.
All right.
Um,
I'll work on that while you two search the cave.
Yep. That sounds like an excellent plan.
You head into the cave. You find
4 more wolves.
you find its parents, the adults. No. You find what looks to be the remains of another adventuring party that didn't fare as well inside the lair. One of them, they're all skeletons at this point, but one of them is like an armored, maybe like a paladin or something, and it just has a stalagmite or stalactite that like impaled it from, lair actions and whatnot. A couple frozen skeletons. On them, you find what you believe is a magical suit of chainmail, a +1 long sword, a light crossbow that seems to be enchanted to deal fire damage, and then a couple pendants that you're not really sure what they do.
And
And then you stab Bussa and take it all.
does one of them have, I don't know, maybe a flask or something on them?
One of them appears to be maybe like a bard or something. You don't know why they brought him, but yeah, has a little metal flask.
I'm gonna take that back to the trunk, and I'm gonna use my thing to like cool it down, the ace elemental gem thing,
Okay.
and then hand it to him, so that he can finally get a drink.
It's plenty
well,
cold.
he-
Just for the record, it's been the Arctic Wolves like cave. It's plenty cold.
Oh yeah, never mind. I don't need
If
to go
alcohol
down.
could freeze.
And
Yeah,
well,
that's. You also find the remains of like horse carts and whatnot. Probably a couple hundred gold worth of like stuff around.
I should
well-
have left Lex.
yeah, you shouldn't have.
Chug it.
Well, he's being a great teammate. I'm going to
Delicious.
everything I
Yeah.
can find.
Baby and the
In-
tea.
In the bag of holding that no one else knew you have, just coins, just shoveling them in.
Just everything.
Oh, man.
Give me one survival check, Adeline, and you may also add your dexterity bonus to it.
19.
It takes you like 5 hours, but you skin the beast.
Nice.
Can we eat it?
You can try to eat
We
some of
get-
it's
Or
Yeah,
just
but-
like parts of it anyway.
We only need the pelt, right?
You need the pelt, yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could, if we have like a
You're also
bag.
hunters of Nier, which doesn't mean much to anyone probably but Lex. But oh no, most of you played, I guess.
Yeah.
You played runes, and it's the same.
Mm.
Can we like take
Everything.
the head back and like cool it with the
God, the head is huge.
Never mind then.
Can we take like a 2 for 2?
You can like
I'm-
yeah,
stand.
take the
Well,
thing.
you can stand in anything, but like a human can stand like in its mouth, like.
I'm going to open one of my pouches on my bandolier and just stuck it in there. Put it in there.
The head?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, DM said okay.
You can take like fangs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Yeah, sure.
Play more to the fame. Yeah.
Making
What would
necklace.
you like to take from this thing? The packs that you carry are made to have animal bits in them. They're not like magical or anything, but they're made to.
Like hermetic.
I mean, they're like coolers, yeah.
Okay. Do we know if anything on here can be sold to an arcane, as an arcane reagent?
Give me. Let's use Arcana as like a form of kind of history / random knowledge.
Well, I specifically asked because I am getting drunk and not thinking about anything.
Okay. Would someone like to make an Arcana check? Whoever knew
Sure.
about Arctic wolves before can advantage.
Okay. $12 plus something. I don't know what my arcane is.
I think we said you have 3, so 6, so 18.
Sure.
I think I'm done with this shit. Math.
Okay.
Yes. People would be very interested in its heart, probably. The claws and teeth. Possibly the eyes. And the gland that it breathes snow through.
Okay, I'll pull up my sword and point them out.
Just go
Let's
in.
get to work.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I got this.
You got this? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're drunk, so you should perform better.
The hand is no longer shaking.
Mm.
Yep. Yep. So yeah, I'll carve it up real nice. Make sure we have steaks for the travel back.
Okay.
Get the heart, the eyes, the gland.
Give me 3 survival checks. You may use advantage because you're getting help from Zinti.
Okay, well the first one is 15.
Okay.
Second one is a
There or better.
second one's a crit.
Okay.
Third one is 21.
You get everything. Everything you could possibly
Awesome.
need or want. The heart is huge,
Nice.
but you can get it. You head back. Trudge. Fast forward a little bit. You turn in the bounty. Receive the standard hunter's fee of for something like this of several thousand gold. The crystal, great. Not 100% conversion to D&D gold. Like you guys will not go to Nier and then get these prices. Let's be clear. The crystal for the ice shard fetches you 1,200 gold from the Wizards Guild. The eyes fetch you an additional 800 each from the Wizards Guild. The gland, you have competing offers from the Wizards Guild and the Thieves Guild to make a poison out of it. Zinti knows this because she's in the know. Prices get up to 2,300. And that's from
That sounds a little low.
that's from the Thieves Guild. The Mages Guild had just offered 2,200. They offer that
Can I make a persuasion?
plus a cloak of protection.
Oh, okay, we'll take that.
Okay. So 2,200 in cloak of persuasion goes to the Mages Guild. The heart. The Guildmaster will buy for 600 gold. You can keep or sell the fangs and claws. If you sell all of them, it'll be about 2,500 gold to the Blacksmith's Guild.
Keeping at least one thing.
Okay, if you
I'm
keep
keeping a thing too.
okay, if you keep the fangs, then you get 1,000 gold.
Fair enough.
The fangs are like that,
Yeah.
by the way. So it's not necessarily like a great pendant, unless you're like Flava Flav. Stabby
Flava
stab.
It could be a scabbard eventually.
Or a drinking horn.
Yes.
I got you, fam.
You.
You look at all your piles of gold. It's in your. You have a bank account with the guild. You close the little doors, and all the little magic servants, shuffle away your boxes, giving you your pouch of spending money that you wanted to take with you. Lead you back out to the tavern, and the night is yours. Thank you very much for joining us on our first live game of Tales from Terra, a Bog Gaming presentation. It really means a lot to us that anyone is watching this, and if no one is, then whatever. But we have a lot of fun doing this. We hope you have a lot of fun watching. To Solus, thank you for editing this. I am sorry for all the stuff you had to take out and waste your life on. So from all of us, thank you and have a wonderful evening or day. Whatever. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Special thank you to Kelpie for joining us as a guest.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having me.